And welcome to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show. Right here, baby, at 6 Scale Cantina. So look, it's real important because I went old school, and this is a 1-year anniversary special episode. And going back, the first ever episode on 6 Scale Cantina was the episode I put up January 18th of 2021. Man, have we come a long way with the microphone, with the production quality, with everything here at 6 Scale Cantina. But listen, before we get into it, I had to go old school. Let's actually play a clip of the first ever episode of the Market Chart Show here at 6 Scale Cantina to kick off this 1-year anniversary live show.
And welcome to this week's Market Chart Show right here at Dark Jedi Aries 6 Scale Hot Toys Cantina. I'm so happy to be able to present to you this debut episode of the Market Chart Show. We're going to be taking a look at what Star Wars Hot Toys have been recently trending up in the marketplace and which ones are starting to trend down. Let's take a look right now.
Yeah, that was...
You still look the same.
You have to wonder, you know, who that guy is.
They call him the Wizard.
The Wizard.
I tried texting the Hot Toys Wizard today. I tried calling the Hot Toys Wizard today. I tried doing this, little dance, like this little like ritual to try and get him to sense in the spirit world that I'm trying to connect with him or her, and I have had no luck. But you have to wonder, Anthony, is it possible that this show, since it's a 1-year anniversary show for 6 Scale Cantina, is it possible that the Hot Toys Wizard, Anthony, is going to interrupt this show, maybe even more than once? What say you?
Wow. Well, if he's ever going to make an appearance, it's got to be on this one, man, because congratulations for 1-year anniversary of the amazing show. And it's an honor to be here, sir.
Well, you know what? It's an honor to have you on. And thank you so much for saying that, Anthony. 6 Scale Mafia in the house, going to be helping serving it all up today here at 6 Scale Cantina.
I don't know how many, actually. We have so many. Many drinks.
I've got so many. And KG, look, I've got deluxe Spotchka. That 2-pack is on fire. We're going to talk about it. I got more. I got so much deluxe Spotchka. I've got Off-World Jawa egg juice. I have got Wizard juice. I have got special this what the heck you call this butter beer that we that Easy Company Collectibles, shout out to him, was drinking yesterday on Dante's show. I've got all the coffee that you could spill. And KG, what the heck, baby? It looks like you got Captain Rex there. Good to see you. How you doing?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, and congrats on the 2K, man. You're well deserved, as always, man. Loved your content since day one, and I'm glad to be on your 2K video live stream. So, yeah.
Well, it's a real honor to have you in here, KG. You've been a great supporter in here. And before we get to Dante and to PRockZilla, PRockZilla. Did I say that right? I said it right. I did it right. I want to say hi to everybody in here. Welcome to the Market Show Live 1-year anniversary edition. We're celebrating 1 year with 6 Scale Cantina. I played you the clip already from the first ever episode back on January 18th, 2021. We're also celebrating 2K as Anthony and KG said. We're also celebrating. I got over 700 members, actually, the same time, Dante, as we hit 2K on your show yesterday. And how are you since yesterday, Dante?
Yeah, I mean, well, congratulations, Aries. 1 year, 2,000 subscribers. I mean, you cannot have a better celebration than that. I mean, you've done an amazing job. I'm so proud to call you my friend. We talk all the time, and it was good to see you like killing it from day one. You know, I knew that you had everything you needed to succeed, and this is the proof. And man, more to come for sure. Glad to be here. Glad to see you guys on the chat. The guys in the panel here. Yes, man. 1 year went by so fast, like this, like Thanos snap. You know, and it is funny when you played the first clip. You know, probably I'm assuming, and I'm pretty sure when you saw the first clip, you were like, yourself, because you know that you are the most fearful critic yourself, right? When you watch your own stuff. When I saw my first video, I was like, you know, but man, you've done this like really good from the beginning. So, you know, well deserved, more to come. Happy to be here.
Well, thank you so much for those kind words, Dante. Listen, what do you got? You need some spotchka? I have it right here. We'll make sure that you get served up there at the table that you're at. Really appreciate those kind words. And yeah, the year has gone so fast. And before we get to PRockZilla, we're going to acknowledge here Braden's super chat. Thank you for the $7.99 bomb. And you have to wonder, have I finally caught Aries live? And he says, yes. Jawa egg juice, table 9. Coming right up, baby. We got plenty in the house. Come on. Are you kidding me? And again, welcome to everybody who's in here for the Market Show Live. We already have 60 in here. Thank you so much, Braden. The Mandalorian Huntress is in the house. I'm ready to party with the wizard. Look, like I said, Mandalorian Huntress, been trying to call, text, all kinds of, do a rain dance to get this wizard to respond to me today. I'm gonna ditch the Hot Toys wizard if he doesn't drop in here today. I'm telling you right now, that's gonna be it. Big Daddy is in the house. El Professor Soro in the house. The Clone Collector in the house. Max Geekdom in the house. Wow, 1 year, 2K subs. That's amazing, dude. You have done a great job. And as I put others in here, look who else is in the house. Somebody who's been in the chat all the time, a great supporter for a long time. I wanted to get him on the show. PRockZilla, what's going on, baby?
Aries, first of all, I don't know how I could follow up Dante after everything he said there. I can't. Before you talk about me, I want to thank you for having me on the show finally. I mean, I've watched you from the beginning as just a viewer, and I'm excited to be here, and I'm surprised, not surprised, but I'm happy and excited for everything that you've done so far, and just for allowing me in here in the panel too. Thank you guys for having me. I want to hug everybody. I know we can't do it physically,
it's there. It's down there, buddy.
I want to hug everybody. So I'm happy to be here, man. I'm excited. This is the first time on the show. I've been not always, but I've been in the chats a lot of times, and thanks just for having me.
Absolutely. And this works. Here you go. I switched the screen there, PRockZilla. And thank you so much. It is a pleasure to have you in here. And we're looking to connect the whole time. And it's been great. We're branching out, so much. And it's such a great community. But let's put this up. And I think a lot of us know, OG fan, when Star Wars was just Star Wars, with the $10 bomb. Thank you so much for that, OG fan. And thank you so much for always being in here. It's let's read this here. Congratulations, 1 year and 2,000 subs from an OG pre-1K sub here. Absolutely. Thank you. And I want to thank you for all the time and research you put into the show and website. Boba Fett is the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. Is it possible that I agree with you that Boba Fett is the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy, even more feared than Dog the Bounty Hunter? And I say, yes. Come on. Thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate it. Putting this up here from Dutch Has a Plan with the $5 bomb. Thank you so much, Dutch. Happy anniversary, Aries. I'm proud to call you my father. Luke, come on. Listen, I mean, you talk about father. All right, who wants to see this? Because we might talk about something about this a little later in the show.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
This is going to be a doozy, baby. This is going to be an absolute doozy. Going back to the to the comments, and as I go through these comments over here, I have the first topic I want to kick off, but I'm going to start this off with Dante. Dante has, I don't know, I'm finding it a hard time finding a better time to be a Star Wars fan than right now. And I know that so much has happened, but I think it's because so much has happened. We came off a very successful season 1 of The Mandalorian, hugely successful season 2. We got the book of Boba Fett. We had all this craziness last year. We got all these epic drops. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of pumped up right now.
Yeah, I mean, we are in the best time, I think. Since The Mandalorian started, everything changed. The show was a success. The figures were a success so far. We got a lot of things going on. The book of Boba Fett. Now we're gonna have the Obi-Wan show, Andor show, you name it. We're gonna have a bunch of stuff happening very soon. We always spoke about these areas all the time. In your show, we always mention that this is the best time to be a Star Wars fan. I think we were in a period of suffering at one point. When the movie, the prequels, the sequels movies came out, it was a very divisive topic for fans. I like it, I don't like it, I don't care, it's okay. And then The Mandalorian came and pretty much saved Star Wars to me. They rebombed the story, they make it look like there is more meaning into it, right? I love the fact that they continue the Return of the Jedi, and they just elaborate more from there. So I kind of like that. And now with Boba Fett, I mean, you name it, I think we are in a perfect position right now. I heard many comments of people that they are not 100% with the book of Boba Fett. To me personally, I enjoy every episode so far. I think obviously the stories has to pick up at one point, but so far I like what I see. They need to give us more backstory, more dialogue to understand a little bit what's going on with Boba Fett, right? It's been decades since we saw Boba Fett dying, so I think once we get to probably a couple more episodes, I think a lot of fans are going to be happy to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, absolutely. And P-Rock, let me go to you before we go ahead and start the show. I was just thinking, I just feel really the sequels. I've talked about it a lot. It was hard for me, and you know how pretty positive I am, and like crazy about Star Wars. It was so hard because I always felt like I had to defend it after the Force Awakens. It just feels so different now. And then with these drops, like the 2-pack Boba Fett, and then you're seeing like the head sculpt like Fennec and some of the big wins we had last year. And I don't know, man. I'm pretty pumped up right now to be a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, I admit that the trilogy was they were pretty bad. I mean, I enjoyed them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not one of the fans who kind of just hate them completely. I mean, for what they were, I enjoyed them. There's other movies I've seen worse. It didn't affect my fanhood of Star Wars completely, but The Mandalorian did bring it back completely. To me, Star Wars is when you actually have like other races and aliens actually in the show, and Mandalorian brought that. Book of Boba Fett, I know a lot of people, or not a lot of people, have heard some negative things about it. People not agreeing that they enjoyed the show, but you got to give it time. I mean, watch every episode, or don't watch it now. Take a break and watch it when all 7 episodes come out. Give it a chance, but it's Boba Fett, man. How can you not like Boba Fett? I don't care if it's a whole episode of him surviving the pit. I love Boba Fett. I'll take anything Boba Fett.
Yeah, and I tell you what, P-Rock, I was blown away by that first episode, really, with just the opening scene to actually see him, come out of the Sarlacc pit like that. KG, I don't know if you've been watching the Book of Boba Fett or hearing about it, but listen, this is a far cry right now than 4 years ago, baby. Or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars has changed a lot since the sequels. I think, after the sequels, things have died down with Star Wars. People didn't really pay attention to Star Wars until Mandalorian came out, and it changed everything. I think it because of Grogu and just because of the story of the Mandalorian. That story was so pure. And then season 2 was just another great hit. And then Boba Fett, to me personally, the first episode was not that great. Second episode was amazing. Third episode died down a bit. But I'm enjoying the series so far. And I just hope we see more of Boba Fett in action. I always love to see Boba Fett in action ever since the second season when Boba Fett came and then he was just kicking those stormtroopers' butt. I'm like, I need to see more of that. That's the Boba Fett I need to see. But yeah, Star Wars has changed a lot, and it's a good time to be a Star Wars fan for sure. As a collector and also just a fan.
Absolutely. And listen, what are you drinking there, KG? Do you need a refill? Do you need regular? Do you need decaf? Do you drink tea? Is it just water? Is it spotchka?
I'm okay with anything. I just need right now a decaf. That's what I need.
Here you go, baby. Coming right on up. We got to get some of the Grogu on table 5 as well. Are you kidding me? Where is the little guy? Is he in here today? Getting all filled up as usual. And reading this from Alexandros. And thank you all so much for the comments in here at the Market Show Live for the 1-year anniversary show. Much, much appreciated. I've been flashing all those up that I could. But again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all. This is going to be an epic show. And you have to wonder, is the Hot Toys Wizard going to diss me today? Is he not going to show up to the 1-year anniversary show? Or is she not going to show up? Or is it not going to show up? Well, what's going on? But let me read this from Alexandros. Thank you for the $10 bomb. Hope the Hot Toys Wizard brings in the hot coffee. The wallet is ready. Happy anniversary, Aries. Yeah. Thank you so much, Alexandros. I tell you what, Anthony, I don't know if we could be having conversations. I mean, let's go back 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, you get it's so different now. We got that Rey and Dio and that Kylo that came out last year. And you had so much positivity on it. And I didn't see so much negativity about the sequels. But man, when these sequel figures were coming out from Hot Toys, it was a different game. Like, no one even wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, the sequels are just kind of their own thing, right? I mean, some people enjoy them. I think it's safe to say the majority don't. But with that said, I mean, those figures were amazing, right? But you're right. We were on that period of time with Star Wars fandom where, I mean, a lot of these figures, most of which are like now considered grails, were just sitting there, not moving. I mean, original trilogy stuff, Rogue One stuff. I mean, they just weren't moving because I think, people had kind of lost it, right? Kind of lost their faith in Star Wars. And again, not everybody, but I think a good majority did. So, but I would say, for me, it's like, I just love Star Wars, right? I don't like the sequels, but I love Star Wars. So whereas Dante's like, hey, Mandalorian brought it back for me. I agree to that. But I don't think at the end of the day, like, our love for Star Wars has ever truly been gone.
Oh, heck no.
I think we were just at a period where we were disappointed, right? It felt like you had a bad breakup and you weren't ready to start dating again. You know what I mean? And here comes the Mandalorian, and you're just kind of like, oh, okay. Maybe I'll get back in here, and kind of get out in the field again. So yeah, so if Boba Fett, I don't know, like I'm loving Boba Fett, but I didn't really like this last episode personally. That's not going to change anything though. Like I said, there's these, ups and downs in Star Wars. We got to be used to it. It's never going to take away my love for Boba Fett.
It's like anything else, right? I mean, and people are always going to have different opinions and what floats your boats. I mean, honestly, Anthony, people were saying that about certain episodes, Mandalorian season 1, the Mandalorian season 2. I think at the end of the day, you look at it collectively and say, hey, how the heck was this show? How was the series? But go ahead. Is it P-Rock or someone that wanted to chime in?
Yeah, no, I just want to, if you don't mind me asking, I'm not trying to call you out or anything. I love you, bro.
Yeah.
So just one thing specifically, What annoyed you from that episode? Like, what made it not? Did you think it was better than the first episode, or?
No.
Okay.
No,
All right.
I see. That's what's so crazy about us all as fans. We all have different opinions. I really liked the first episode. I know a lot of people half and half on it, right? I think we can all agree the second episode was probably the best one so far.
Yep.
The only thing I didn't really care about the third episode, I didn't feel like the whole Vespa's situation, the bright colors, the very slow speed chase, the shoddy CGI.
See, I
didn't feel
that.
like it was in place. It turned me off, bro. If those were on like Coruscant or Nar Shaddaa or something like that, but Tatooine's like they can barely afford water.
It's an old school feel.
Yeah, one little thing. You know, I was listening to the comments. So the way I see this is, remember when Boba Fett died supposedly in Return of the Jedi, right? We didn't know anything about him until, you know, when he showed up in The Mandalorian. Obviously, he was badass. He was like, you know, one of those, you know, bounty hunters that you were expecting, right? But the Book of Boba Fett has to give you some type of backstory, because how could you explain how did he survive, first of all? So they explain how he survived. You know, what did he do after that? You know, all those things that you know, the way he was with the Tuscans, and he learned their ways. You know, that to me seems that he got a moment of like a learning experience for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, he's a bounty hunter. He was, before that, he was a badass character, whatever. But I think that was the moment when he actually changed. You know, that's the way I see it.
Maybe he got humbled a bit.
You know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's when he changed, because, you know, he was rescued. He was pretty much dying, and he learned their ways, kind of like Avatar type of thing, right? So I kind of like that part, you know. So that's why, you know, when we watch this type of shows, we need to be with a mindset that, you know, this is a show. We need to understand the story of the character. I mean, obviously, we want action. We want him killing this guy, that guy. We want all that, right? But it needs to be in a way that it makes sense. Not like right off the back, he started killing everyone. Okay, how did he survive, first of all? You know, why did he do this, right? All those things. So I think that's why I think the pace is good to me. I think the pace is really good. I mean, the beginning was obviously the story, how, you know, he came back to life, and then the episode 2 was more action packed. The episode 3, it was okay in action. I enjoyed it too. I mean, it's not like it was horrible or anything.
There was some good parts. I just feel, and I've said this before. I've said it on your stream. I've said it on Aries' stream. I'm gonna wait until it's done, because it's a book. Right. Literally, that's how I feel. I'm gonna judge it as a whole.
Think about what happened with WandaVision, right? When it started, like, a lot of people didn't like the start. They were like, no, this is not for me. But then the story picked up so much. And everyone was like, oh, damn, this is actually pretty good. And then when you see the whole picture, you're like, wow, it was a really good show.
Well, and Mando had some duds too.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not, for my opinion, I'm saying episode 3 it's not that bad. It's not that great. It's okay. It's okay. It had some good parts. Some things just felt weird for me.
You know, and here's the end. And at the end of the day, Anthony, you're not alone. I actually heard that from quite a few people. You know, getting saying Aries, wow, that I wasn't as happy on that one. I will tell you, for me, and here's a wonderful thing about Star Wars, everything that was absolutely, for me, the best episode of the Book of Boba Fett that I've seen so far. I absolutely loved it. I loved all the old, what Favreau and Filoni are putting in, and I loved episode 2 more than episode 1, and I loved episode 1. But, you know, can't wait until we get to episode 4, 5, you know, 6, and 7. But I think you bring up a good point. There are chapters, episodes. How are we going to feel about it at the end of the day is going to be the key. But for me right now, man, seeing some of these characters is just unbelievable. But we got 93 in here. The Market Show live here on Saturday evening. Hit the like button, baby. And this is the 1-year anniversary of the 6-scale Cantina 1-year anniversary show. And from Big Dog Pound, we are popping spotchka bottles tonight at table 66 right here, baby. I got one coming to you. And if you're at table 66, you must be feeling like this.
Good, Anakin, good.
And you have to wonder, is it possible later in this show that I have some 2022
predictions. And I say yes. And we're going to spill some coffee together and have some fun. And I see your other super chats in there. We're absolutely getting to it, everybody here. And let's put this in from Braden. Braden with the $2.99 bomb. Hit that like button. The wizard might appear. I sure as heck hope so. I sure as heck hope so, because he or she has not responded. The wizard has not responded to me today. So I have no idea what is going on. Putting this up from Aaron Logan with the $5 super chat. Great show. Would you guys like to have an 8D8 in your collection? I think we could use a few more droids. Listen, baby, that was one of the things that we're going to talk about that character later, Aaron, for sure. So stay tuned in, and you're going to get a ton about some of these characters, including 8D8. But I will answer your super chat for you and tease you up till later, if that's okay. Listen, I feel like maybe some people don't even know who 8D8 is, and it's the droid from Return of the Jedi, where they were turning over the gonk droid and were pressing the heat onto the feet, and then right after that scene, and then then they had Max. Look, you're talking about 8D8, Aaron. You're talking about Max Rebo. You're talking about Figuring Dan. You're talking about Jabba's cousins. Are you freaking kidding me? You're talking about all the different a Rancor, and Boba might ride that Rancor. Come on. There's so much, and I think that coming off the epic finale of seeing Luke Skywalker and all that, is kind of, you got to take it in strides. For me, which is why I loved episode 3 so much. I saw so much of what I just talked about. Huh. Black Chrysanthemum, we're going to talk about him later, Aaron. Are you kidding me? But yes, that's the way I think there. And I want to get to the first topic, but all your comments in here, and let's go ahead and move to this. Let's put up from Night of Ren. Night of Ren 789 with the $10 drop. Thank you so much. Congrats on the 2K milestone, Aries. Well deserved. I couldn't shut up about battle damaged MK85, but I really can't shut up about the Fett 2-pack, bro. It's fire. It's hot. It's hot toys. And that's a great segue with 95 in here, Night of Ren. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me tell you how hot it is, because that super chat is awesome, because you bring me to the first topic I want to talk about today. And look what I had planned. You're like psychic. You have clairvoyance. Boba Fett 2-pack. Too hot for stock. And I am going to start this one off with the Man of Hot Collectibles as we get into it. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And let me put this up on this. So Dante, again, we're talking about Boba Fett 2-pack, too hot for stock. These images are incredible. And you actually gave, and you could talk about that a little bit in a second here. We were wondering if you were going to give this a 10. And in your review, which was absolutely fantastic, you 100% did. I mean, this head sculpt looks scary. I cannot wait to actually get this. But I want to point something out. This is very, very hot, and I'm going to pull up some recent data here from a bunch of places. So I'm pulling this up onto the screen. You see here from Toys for Adults, selling this for almost $600. They're all sold out. There are none available. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Toys Wonderland. And when I was looking earlier, and let's see if it's the same thing, they were sold out again. And it looks like that they're sold out again. And then they got more in stock and they sold out. And they got more in stock and they sold out. They got more in stock and they're sold out. And they're sold out again. And even when you go to Toys Buying Agent, Dante, and I love to pull up a lot of data. Out of stock. Tim Cent got these back in, and it's gone. And this was the next batch that he got in. Gone. Gone, gone, gone. Let me bring up some more for you. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. And you have some experience with this seller. And this is day one collectibles. And the item doesn't even exist anymore. And I went back up in there. It doesn't even have it. He had 2 left in stock the other day. And it's completely gone. And when you look here, even, and we're going to talk about this too, but I want your impressions of how this first batch is selling. Even when you go to Toys Wonderland and some of these sellers, price is starting to increase a little bit for the second batch. The batch is going to be the sideshow batch. You see it creeping up. It was like $450, now $472. It's selling hot, baby. What is your impressions on how hot this is moving at this price? Because this is even more pricey than a lot of Iron Man figures.
Right. It is honestly no surprise. I mean, we spoke about this many times about that this was a grill in the making. It is gonna be a grill. 100% is gonna be a grill, regardless of the versions that we probably gonna see on Boba Fett in the future. This is, as I said it before, this is the nostalgia attachment to it. This is the first figure, the first time that we saw Boba Fett coming back to life with the robes, with the nice beat up armor. You know, we had the backstory on the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett where we understood what happened with this character, right? With the Tuscans and all those things. So, you know, it is a no-brainer. It's selling because people want to get it. I mean, the figure looks even better in person. So if you think the pictures are amazing, wait until you open that box and see the figure. Because I honestly, I was speechless. Like when I saw the head sculpt, I was like, damn, this looks like a real person in a miniature person. You know, it was so well done. And really, you know, there's always a decline from the prototype to the final product. There's always a small decline, maybe like 5%, you know, maybe like 93, 92% from the prototype. But this one is like solid 96, probably 97%. So it's really good.
And that's tight. That's tight,
It is
baby, to be that close.
tight. The armor looks really good. I mean, the paint application, the weathering. I mean, they really did a good job. Hatters did a really good job, and I'm surprised they didn't call this a DX. But I'm happy that they didn't call it DX because probably it's going to be more pricey, and it's already pricey, right? Because it's, well, you get in 2 figures, so I think it is a good deal at the end of the day. But this is something that you cannot sleep on it. If you can get it, if you are really want to get this figure, I mean, you definitely should, because this one has the potential of being a grail. And let me tell you, if the only way I can see that this is not a grail is if Hot Toys decides to do a one-off, like a Boba Fett with the ropes by itself. You know, that might throw the sales a little bit on this one, right? But I don't think they're gonna do that because they may wanna continue with other versions of Boba Fett with new characters instead of just kind of like picking, you know, going back to the same one. Could this be a reissue in the future? Well, at this point, who knows, right? I don't recall seeing a reissues for 2-packs. Maybe if you guys in the chat can refresh my memory because I'm a bit older.
They did reissue the Han and Chewbacca
like a 2.0?
Yeah.
They did?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's still, it could be $1,000 here now.
Well, it's pricey.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that this has all the potential. I mean, it is not a coincidence that this is selling everywhere right now.
Yeah.
You know, and I can see that happening as soon as it hits the States, you should expect that figure to be out really fast.
Yeah, I'm expecting, those are great thoughts, Dante, and I'm going to go to KG here. KG, haven't heard from you in a while and get your thoughts on this, but this is something like Mad. It's at a high price point. You know, one of the things that I've been bringing up is this was not number one, and we're going to bring up the sideshow best sellers list here as I talk. You know, when it first came out that last February, you know, it stayed like, you know, number one for, you know, I would say about 4 weeks, and then it dipped down. Unlike the best car Mandalorians, where they debuted, they got up there at number 1, 2, and 3, and stayed at 1, 2, and 3 for forever and a day, and month after month after month after month after month.
Yeah.
This did not. This went back down there by Kylo. Now, of course, it's up. But we know what happens with that. It's the same story every time. Commander Cody, this figure, that figure. Of course, they're going to start selling more once you see the final production photos, once you see the reveals. But that's the data that they use, KG, to figure out how much time they need to reserve at these production facilities. They also have to consider not only Star Wars, Marvel figures, DC figures, other companies that are looking for space and time. I just don't see, especially how attentive Hot Toys has been, how attentive Sideshow has been in making sure every cent is provided to them, that they're just going to order so much dead stock on this that it's going to be like the Dark Side Anakin or Emperor from the years past, where I don't think they were educated enough to know how much of these are going to sell. But are you surprised, by this, selling so quickly at this price? And what do you think the prospect is once Sideshow starts getting in their shipments?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm not surprised. I think whenever a finalized figure is released, it usually tends to sell well, depending on how well it came out. In this case, the Boba Fett was for me personally, the head sculpt is like a Yondu. It's a 10 out of 10. It's Tamora Morrison. So people are like, you know what? This is the figure I need to have in the collection because this is almost a perfect figure, right? So, and we can look at some references towards the Beskar Mando, the deluxe. It's right there on the bottom, where when that came out, people were just trying to find this figure in the aftermarket, and this thing was going for how much? Almost to $1,000 once it was released. And then the Beskar, the 2.0 Beskar Mando came out, and this thing tanked. It went down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that Dante brought the idea of will they do it again if they did a Boba Fett with the robe reissue for the Book of Boba Fett, and that could possibly tank the price of the figure. But yeah, this is not surprising at all. I mean, for this figure, it's not only it boosted because of the finalized product, but also that second episode of the Boba Fett episode that boosted the sales as well. And I could see a good amount of dead stock for this one too. And I'm not even shocked that it's almost out of stock in Hong Kong. Toys Online got their second batch in. Toys Buying Agents pretty much done. It's gone. Day One Collectibles. I mean, it's selling. It's showing a point that this figure is going to be a grail, or who knows? It might sit inside Swipset for a very long time and never to be touched until we get another Boba Fett. Who knows?
Yeah, very, very interesting thoughts. Let me go to PRockZilla. So glad to finally have him here on a panel on the Market Show Live. Boba Fett, PRockZilla, in the history of Hot Toys when it gets in here, like a lot of the other Star Wars figures, which right now operates a little bit different than Marvel and some of their other releases. They just don't last for more than 2 or 4 months. Even something like the vintage color Boba Fett, a reissue of a Boba Fett, Empire Strikes Back Deluxe, they just go eventually. I don't see any difference here. I think that if it was pre-ordered at the numbers of the Mandalorian at that price, they would probably overproduce a lot. I just don't see it with this. I feel like they've got other production things they got to do. But let me get your perspective. What do you think about what you're seeing right now? Where do you think this is going to go?
So it's selling out over there. I can see it happening, but I think it's going to be the same routine where it sells out, they get more in stock, sells out, they get more in stock. I would worry more when Sideshow sells out or when it goes on Waitlist.
Mm-hmm.
I think if someone in the panel wants to correct me, I think this is the first Hot Toys figure that comes out the same time as an actual show. So of course the hype for it is even bigger now because the figure's actually available now. It's not pre-order, it's available.
That's right. And what the interesting thing is, and then you could continue, it's actually not from, it's interesting. This figure is actually from The Mandalorian Season 2.
Yep.
When he grabbed the armor from the Razor Crest and put it on. But it's now they're showing the backstory and now he's got the robes on again, and obviously he has his armor on again. But I think it coincides. It's Boba Fett, that timeline.
Yep, correct. Now, for the robe thing, I think they could reissue or re-release a Boba Fett in a robe, but it would be a 2-pack with a bantha to reenact that one scene where he's leaving the. I don't want to spoil for anybody, so I'm just saying reenact this one scene where he's on the bantha, and the bantha's been shown a lot on the show, and I've been seeing other streams from like famous people like Kevin Smith where they're asking for bantha stuff, bantha merchandise, anything bantha. So I can see maybe a reissue or re-release of a robe Boba Fett with a bantha, which I will buy any day because I want a bantha.
Yeah, that's a good point, P-Rock. And let me go to you, Anthony. I think if they're going to reissue this figure with just the robes, in my opinion, it would have to come with a bantha, maybe some type of base. I don't know. I think it has. I think would have to come with a bantha or come with another figure, where he has the armor or something. Because that's how I would see it being reissued. Otherwise, if it comes by itself,
or another Tusken,
or maybe Tusken with person. A Tusken. That's a great point.
The female Tusken.
Yeah, I can't wait for more information on that Tusken. And Anthony, just showing the screen again. And the reason being is this is very, very interesting. I was recently talking to Ray at Hawk Wars Toys about this and some other people. The interesting thing about this set, look at how the single version without the Boba Fett and the robes is performing. It's performing admirably right next to the 2-pack. And I remember when this was released, how many people were not interested in Boba in the robes. But my point always was, it's going to be the moment that's going to sell this for you. A. B, in 2-3 years, you'll realize, wait, I have every Boba Fett, but I don't got that one where he's not in his armor, because you're just not used to seeing Boba Fett in the armor, a.k.a. that was what happened, I believe, Anthony, with the Dark Side Anakin. No one was calculating, oh, why do I got to get that? I got the regular Anakin. Well, you got the regular Anakin, but he wasn't dubbed Darth Vader by Emperor Palpatine at that point. With the Dark Side Anakin, that's an actual Darth Vader figure, but I think it's hard to calculate that together. But there was even some inside information, because if you remembered very interestingly, and I don't know if it was done on purpose, Sideshow had this group together. So you never could tell which one was selling more than the other. Mm-hmm. But some of the inside information was, and you could always take that with a grain of salt, that the single version was selling more than a 2-pack initially. I think that there's some substance to that, because it's actually very, very close to where this is. But go ahead, give me your points.
Yeah, well, I think everybody brought up some interesting points, and it's kind of funny because what you just said is what I was essentially thinking about. Where when I come from the comic book background as well, right? Been collecting comics my whole life, worked in the comic book field, all that. With that in mind, that's exactly what's going on here, right? So for perfect example, you brought it up. I was going to bring it up myself. Darkside Anakin, okay? This Boba Fett, particularly. Animated Boba Fett. I want to say that these are big because in the comic book world, these are either first appearances or key issues, right? And it's very similar here, right? So when you had Dark Side Anakin, you're absolutely right. That's his first appearance of becoming Darth Vader. He hasn't, he's not been, messed up yet, but he's Darth Vader at that moment in time. That's a key issue, man. When Boba Fett, when he was reintroduced in Mandalorian, remember this, because I was talking about this before, animated Boba Fett was like a $300 figure. I was about to pick him up too, and it just happened, and then boom, you saw him in Boba Fett, or you saw him in Mandalorian, and now that figure's $700, and it's like staying there. The reason being is not because he's Boba Fett, it's because Boba Fett's back, right, since 1983. And the animated version of Boba Fett is his first appearance. Remember that. It was the animated before Empire Strikes Back came out. Nobody knew who he was. That's his first appearance. So those are big issues. Those are either first appearance, key issues. Same concept. That's what we're seeing here right now, especially with this one. This Boba Fett, whether it's the 2-pack or the single, is his another key issue. It's his resurrection, essentially, right? He's back since 1983. I don't see them reissuing this. I really don't. I think if they're going to do anything, they will put out a Boba Fett. It will be branded the Book of Boba Fett, because as you stated, this is Mandalorian. But I don't think they're going to get the same sculpt. I think he's been regenerating in the back to tank. They're gonna give him a more current version. And I think that's where we're headed with this one. And to everybody's point on the panel about overseas sales for this, that speaks volumes, literally, because they're running out. They don't, you know what I mean? Most of them are sold out, or some of their second batches are sold out. And that's not to say you're not going to get it from Sideshow, right? But I 100% say if you want the figure, get it locked in on Sideshow. Get it pre-ordered, because second to Heavy Infantry Mando, I feel like maybe this Boba Fett is going to go waitlist before it comes out, just like Heavy Infantry Mando did.
It has a potential, and with 108 in here in the Market Show Live, the 1-year anniversary show, please go ahead and hit that like button, baby. And from We'll See, Aries, we need Mace and Revenge of the Sith Palpatine ASAP. And We'll See, and everyone in the chat, you have to wonder, is it possible that I am going to talk about some possibilities a little bit later in the show, and that's one of the segments? And I say yes. But listen, everybody, I have been trying to reach the Hot Toys wizard all day through text, through phone, and not responding to me. And he better pop up for my anniversary show. I would be very, very upset with the wait a minute. I think someone's trying to hack in my computer. This better be the wizard. This better be the wizard, baby.
It is I, the Hot Toys Wizard. I've morphed into Brother Cousin's toy reviews. So you have to wonder, is Aries going to be giving you my 2022 Hot Toys predictions? And I say yes. This is the Hot Toys Wizard from Brother Cousin's Toy Reviews, and you're watching 6-Scale Cantina.
Well, there you go. You see, the Hot Toys Wizard disguised as Brother Cousin, just like I was telling you yesterday, Dante. He can morph into anyone. He may morph into you, baby.
I know he can. No, he doesn't want to be like me, man.
Why not? Why not?
He takes many shapes, right? I kind of like Julia Roberts better. It's pretty.
Listen, that is the Hot Toys Wizard. He's safe. Listen, but I want more. I already know some of that information. Listen, Wizard, I know you're listening, and you kind of morphed into Brother Cousins there, which was absolutely awesome. So you're saved a little bit, but I need a little bit more because this is an anniversary show. So you better show up later with some insight. Listen, baby, come on.
They call him the Wizard.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to this part of the show. So listen, everybody who's in the chat, welcome to the Market Show Live. And in case you don't know who I am the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington. And I'm serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk, along with this fine panel here. Come on. We have got Anthony from 6-Scale Mafia in the house. Make sure you subscribe to him. We've got KeCO Collector in the house. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. We've got Dante, Man of Hot Collectibles. Subscribe to him. And PRockZilla for the first time. Make sure you subscribe to him. Now, listen, you can subscribe to all of these guys. I have their links in the video description below. Just go in there, click on the link, and hit the subscribe button, baby. But listen, you just heard from the Hot Toys Wizard that I do have some predictions for 2022, and that is going to be a segment coming up later in the show. But you have to wonder, will we be getting interrupted by the Wizard again? Will he show up as Brother Cousins? Julia Roberts, the Man of Hot Collectibles. You have to wonder. Maybe Howard Chan. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh,
Good thing I wasn't drinking at that moment.
I know, man.
Let's go ahead and put this up on the screen from McLean's Man Cave. Listen, I'm in my Man Cave right now. Congrats on the 2K subs. Next round of coffee on me. Here you go, baby. Let me pour you a tall, cool one, unless you want your coffee hot. Come on. Thank you so much for the $2 bob there, my man. That is absolutely awesome. Let me go. Wheels in the house. Welcome in here, Wheels. And scrolling down some of this, Riley Ramirez puts in LMAO. What does that mean? No way. Max's Geekdom got a little bit of a kick out of that. Little bit of a kick here for Will C. Loved it. Hot Toys became a space pimp. Hot Toys wizard. Oh my goodness. Brother Cousins possessed. I don't know. Anthony, you think we need to call Brother Cousins, make sure he's okay? I never heard of a Hot Toys wizard.
Yeah, yeah, we should actually, because it's gonna bother me, man. That's bothering me ever since I seen it.
And Big Dog Pound says, big shout out to Brother Cousins toy reviews. Yeah, that was awesome that the Hot Toys wizard did that. And listen, just like with all these guys, subscribe to Brother Cousins. You can go to 6scalecantina.com and there's a tab in the menu called Resources and Links. Is it possible that Brother Cousins' link to his channel is in there? And I say, yes. Go in there and click it, baby. It's so good. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love when a Hot Toys wizard shows up. He saved himself right now. Look at this, P-Rock. Max's Geekdom. Well, LMA, that's kind of funny, Max's Geekdom. But I wanted to put this up here. We'll see. Just subscribe to you, P-Rock.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah. And that's awesome there. We really appreciate the support. Dante, let me go to you first on this here before we go to more fun segments. But wait a minute. Is it possible we're going to get interrupted from the Hot Toys wizard again? And I say, it's Fabio.
What's up, guys?
You're not the wizard.
Yes, I am.
Listen, you have to be a wizard to have that Fabio land the way it is. Come on.
We have the flavor in the bottom row.
I know, right?
That's sazon down here. It's sazon right here. Sazon en adobo.
That's what it is. We have holy moly in the house.
Holy
Fabio,
moly.
you just missed it. Brother Cousin, the Hot Toys wizard interrupted the program and was disguised as Brother Cousins.
Oh, no. I'll replay it.
Yeah, he was busy cleaning his house. You know what he does on Saturdays.
All right, let me start with this with Fabio since you jumped in, and I'm going to share the screen. We're going to go to the next part and keep moving on here on the Market Show Live, the 1 year anniversary show, baby. I guess we've got a lot to celebrate tonight. 2K subs, over 700 members on the Facebook group. Happened last night also on Dante's show, and we played a clip earlier in the show of the first ever market chart show, which was back on January 18th. Of 2021. So definitely a real exciting show for me and everyone in here indeed. We've been talking about this Boba Fett 2-pack, and interestingly, Fabio, I was bringing up some stuff before you came on. It showed that at Toys Wonderland, it's sold out again. It's sold at Toys Buying Agent, that their next batch was sold out, showing Toys for Adults. Sold out. It's sold at day one. It is sold out. Actually, the price is starting to increase a little bit in the Hong Kong and in the overseas market. It's not as low as it was. It's creeping up to where the sideshow price is. But really, realistically here, remember when this came out last year? It was number one for 4 weeks. Then it went all the way down where Kylo was. And like every other hot toy, you come out with the final production photos. They start raising up like this is now. I don't know. How long do you see both of these versions, which are selling equally, which is a real interesting dynamic here?
the single one and the 2-pack, as you see right there. How long should people expect this to stay in stock at Sideshow when it gets in stock?
Well, like you mentioned, it's it's getting up there when it comes to selling out. So it's selling out pretty quickly. What I think is going to happen is this. We've noticed that Hot Toys, prior years, they come out with reissues, like, exact reissues of the figure. I think what they're doing now is they're getting a little smarter when it comes to reissuing, and they're giving us the same figure with different stuff. So they're making 2.0s to avoid just straight reissues. I'm getting like a weird echo from somebody right now.
I don't hear an echo with you.
Yeah, it's
I don't hear an echo.
It just went away. Somebody clicked something and it went away. But anyway, so I feel like these are going to sell out. This specific 2-pack is going to sell out very quickly. And like we've spoken about before, I think what's going to happen is they're going to end up giving us these same figures, but with different stuff. So, for example, the one that you would miss out on is the robed Boba Fett, right? So, I think Joao mentioned that they're speaking about a Boba Fett robed up with a speeder bike. So it won't be a reissue because it doesn't come. This 2-pack doesn't come with the bike, so we're going to get it. That way. So you know what I mean? So that's what I think they're heading with this. So if they notice that it's sold out this quickly and you still have the single pack, they know that whoever missed out on that is going to get the one with the speeder bike. So, they're going to make their money regardless. Whether it sells out or not, they're going to keep giving us reissues one way or another.
Well, with somebody who has the amount of figures that you have, obviously you've been in this for a long time. We were talking about it last night on the Man of Hot Collectibles, Dante's show here. Your collection, trying to figure out how much it would be, how much it would be worth, which is it's incredible. For people that buy Hot Toys, they have the money, they know they absolutely want the figure. They just kind of wait for it to get in stock and they buy their time and they buy it, which a lot of people do. And then what happens with certain things. How much time do you think they have on this? Do they have 2 months? Do they have 3 months? Do they have 6 months? Do they have I've heard a couple people say it'll be, which is not true. It'll be at the bargain bin at Spectacular. How long do they have?
I'm going to give it a couple months. I'm going to give it max 3 months, and I feel like there's still a lot. But then again, we don't know how many pieces Hot Toys made. So you're still up in the air. And then don't forget, then you're going to have the resellers, selling it for double. So, so that's the thing. I wouldn't. I mean, if it's selling out everywhere, like you mentioned earlier, pretty much every website, it's gone. This is not gonna last much. And again, I don't know if you guys noticed what Hot Toys did with Venom. It just came up again for sale on Sideshow. So this could happen with this figure as well. So it could be sold out, and then all of a sudden, a month down the line, 2 months down the line, oh, there's more. So you don't know.
Yeah, and Anthony, let me go to you. I agree with Fabio. I give it maybe a couple months, but as I mentioned before, there is a formula with this, be it a low percentage as it is. This does have the makings, especially the way that the single version is selling very, very high, the way they've got a book production. This does have a formula where it can either, sell out like that Rey and Dio in 3 weeks, or like the heavy infantry Mandalorian, just not make it, in stock. But, how long do you see this sitting in there, if you were to call it?
Well, before I call it, let me just say you only need 13 more likes to get to 100 likes.
Yes.
There's 110 people by my screen saying in here.
So well, you know what, Anthony?
I'll collect my thoughts. Sorry, go ahead.
No, because you said that, I'm going to show this. More for you, baby. Go ahead. Go on. Thank you.
Well, give me about 10 seconds. I'm gathering my thoughts on this one. That gives enough time for people to hit that like button.
Well, thank you so much.
Of course. We need to get this to 100 likes. Absolutely.
Well, much appreciated, everybody in there. Welcome to the Market Show Live. And Anthony, go ahead, man. I really appreciate the support.
Of course, always.
But yeah, I mean, if you were to call it, how long? And you can give me the reasons why. And we already just talked about it, but how long? We didn't talk about exactly how long. I think you did mention it can go on waitlist. How likely do you think? Give it a percentage. Like, where do you think this is really going to go?
I mean, it really depends on what we're seeing here in the market right now with overseas, right? Because let's face it, it's not okay. There is a percentage of us, myself included, Dante as well. You know, clearly he already has his, that we get these early releases. You know, we do reviews, things like that. But look at the vast majority. This particular figure is being sold out currently overseas, like pretty much everywhere, right? And they trickle in, they get a couple more figures, it sells out again.
Well, I just heard here, Alien Queen just said, Anthony, that second batch sold out on KG Hobby.
Yep. And with Toys Buying Agent as well, as we saw. Mm-hmm. So, and not all those people are content creators. Okay, these are fans of the figure. They just want it now. They like it that much. They're willing to buy it overseas right now. So we have to follow this trend. I mean, we honestly do if we want to make a projection on it, right? So as the next coming weeks, you know, we keep seeing that. Are there going to be more and more in stock? Are they going to continue to be out? If they're going to continue to be out every time they try to restock, then I would say, yeah, I mean, there's a good, I mean, I would say 80% chance. I'm trying to be generous with it, that Sideshow's going to, you know, because eventually people are, you know, some people they're and that's within their rights. Everybody's rights. It's your money. But a lot of people are going to wait. Yeah, they're frugal with it. They're like, I'm going to wait, or they already have it on a payment plan, right? So the people who are indecisive right now, those are going to be the deciding factors with Sideshow. As this thing becomes closer, once they start getting these notifications, oh, it's shipping soon, or things like that, I think people are going to jump. And I honestly don't think it's going to last, dude. I don't know if it's going to be a heavy infantry Mando situation, but damn close. I mean, what is it now? January? We're like mid-January. I'd say if it doesn't hit waitlist before it sells out, I don't think it's going to last till summertime.
Yeah, Noah, thank you for that. And yeah, Diablo Fett. I'm actually going to do that. We are going to have a Hot Toys UFC show that's going to be coming up this year. Because I'm
Aries,
a huge
please
UFC
add me
fan.
to that. Me too. I'm sorry not to interrupt. I have it right here playing on the corner. I'm so sorry, but
no, there you go, P-Rock, because I'm going to you next. No, yeah, I love MMA. I train MMA fighters. I've got family members in professional leagues in there, and
what?
Yeah,
BJJ.
Yeah, he is. Hey, three more likes though. That's it. That's it. No, don't think I'm joking around. There's three more likes. That's all we need.
I appreciate it. 6 Scale Mafia pushing helping you push the like. Let's go. Come on. All right, P-Rock, Anthony.
Sorry, can I make a quick comment before? Sorry,
go ahead.
No,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Take your spot for a second.
No.
I do agree with what Anthony said. I think also what we need to take into account is the reason why we've seen those resellers getting restocked is because probably they're buying the pre-orders from other people, or actually buying the figures from other people so they can resell it. You know, so I think again, this is just my speculation. Is I think they're done with the batches that they were supposed to have for Hong Kong. I think, and the rest is for the States. So if you didn't get the chance to get it right now, I mean, definitely wait, because it's gonna hit the shelves for sure. But it will definitely, I don't think it's gonna last longer. So you know, now that the videos are up, the pictures are up, you've seen different reviews about the figure, you may have a better you may have a better chance of getting what you want, because now you've seen the final products and the videos. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
No, that's a great point there, Dante. I think that if this is a figure that you absolutely want, and I was kind of bringing that up before to kind of echo what you were saying. It's like, hey, how long? Kind of asking a couple of guys here on the panel, like, hey, how long? I usually just wait till it gets in stock. Yeah, I got the money. I know I'm getting it. I'm just going to wait 2 months, 3 months. I don't necessarily think you have all that much time to do that. And this is a great super chat from Dutch Has a Plan. Boba Fett will be like Captain Rex, where the first batches sell out extremely fast, because I just now received my Rex after everyone had theirs. Good point, Dutch Has a Plan. I'll go ahead and answer this, though.
Rex wasn't selling out quite like the way this Boba Fett 2-pack was. I was following it real closely. It was selling out hot, but not like this. And for whatever reason, Sideshow really made sure with this particular Boba Fett release to really pull out all the stops, probably because of the show and the fact that he's in live action and Captain Rex is not yet, to go ahead and make sure that they get that out quicker. Is it possible that a lot of us that pre-ordered this 2-pack Boba Fett Dutch has a plan are going to get it much earlier than this Rex? And I say most probably. I really think that that's going to happen. Also, Rex was much higher, PRockZilla, than the Boba Fett 2-pack after the initial release of the 3-4 weeks. It just was. Boba Fett 2-pack went down. Now it's back up. But let me ask you this, and thank you so much for that super chat, Dutch has a plan. How much, and everything you're hearing here, talking about how long it's going to stay in stock, how much does the show, PRockZilla, have an influence on that as well? Because, you know, we still got episode 4, episode 5, episode 6, episode 7, and then the aftermath of a few weeks after that, maybe even longer, depending on what Favreau and Filoni do. How much of an impact is that going to have on driving this figure? Unlike Rex, because obviously everybody wants Rex, but he's not really in anything right now like Boba Fett. What say you?
See, I can concur that you are some kind of psychic, because that's the thought process I had even before you even asked me. My thing is, all right, so I understand people are saying, or most people in the panel in general are saying, like, this is going to be sold out within a month. It's going to be hard for me to believe that Hot Toys, the show ends like basically in 3 more weeks. So in a whole month, 2 months from now, they're not going to announce any other version of Boba Fett between now and then. I mean, they made that mistake with, I mean, I hope they don't, because they made the mistake with Mando. And that affected the sales of Mando. So I'm hoping they don't announce another version of Boba Fett until this figure sells out. But I don't think, I can't see Hot Toys going a whole month without announcing, especially when the show's over. I can't see them going a whole month without announcing another version of Boba, or just another figure from the show that people are going to start buying instead of this figure. I'm hoping it doesn't go that route, because that's the route they've been going in the past and previously, but I can see that happening.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And KG, I think we've been go ahead and wrap us up on this particular, you know, segment here. You know, we've been talking, you know, initially there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of attention, there's a lot of buzz because of the show, and because of, you know, also one thing to point out here, KG, for a lot of people, I pointed this out, a lot of people on here pointed out, it's not only perhaps the greatest Star Wars Hot Toys release of all time, it rivals up there with the greatest Hot Toys release maybe of all time. How much of a factor does that, KG, weigh in for people that be able to just want this figure because of how epic it is, even if they're not into Star Wars?
Yeah, it's a huge impact. I mean, for many, I know a few cooks who DM me that they're saying, I'm not even a Star Wars fan, but I want this piece. I want it. It's one of those figures where I think we just don't get a lot of these figures. I mean, especially this Boba Fett with the ropes. We're not going to get this again. I just don't see another reissue. Could it be possible? Could it be possible that they might do a reissue for the Book of Boba Fett? Anything's possible. But yeah, it's just right now this show is really helping this figure right now, and it's showing it. I mean, if you look at, like I said, the secondary market and these Hong Kong resellers, it's selling pretty good, and I could see a lot of scalpers out there just buying multiples of these and just selling them for profit. It's just, that's how it works, I guess, for some of us. But yeah,
sorry, man.
I thought I heard something.
Yeah, I'm still kind of sick.
Yeah, they have gas. That's why.
But
was that what you say, man?
He said you have bells.
But let KG continue.
Yes.
No, I was just gonna sum it up. Like I said, this figure is gonna be hot, and I think it's gonna sell out pretty soon. And who knows? I mean, I think who brought up? I think Fabio, that Venom hit in stock, and it might restock again. Who knows? but from what we're looking right now, it looks like we're going to see this guy gone pretty soon. The max 3 months, like Fabio says. Under 3 months, I can see this thing going pretty soon.
Well, listen, we've got 120 in here. Market Show Live, 122 now on the Market Show Live 1 year anniversary edition. Exotic Carfax, great supporter since when I first started in here.
Yes.
So happy he's in here from the first.
That's my boy.
1 year. Happy anniversary to you, Aries and 6 Scale Cantina. Spill the spotchka, baby. Come on. So listen, with so many in here now, and we're going to have a segment in here talking about predictions, maybe for your sake. And maybe for Fabio's sake, I was really upset. I wasn't hearing from the Hot Toys Wizard today. But at least so far, we have heard from the Hot Toys Wizard. Let me go ahead and play it for you because it's going to coincide on that segment that's coming up. Here it is, baby.
It is I, the Hot Toys Wizard. I've morphed into Brother Cousin's toy reviews. So you have to wonder, is Aries going to be giving you my 2022 Hot Toys predictions? And I say yes. This is the Hot Toys Wizard from Brother Cousin's Toy Reviews, and you're watching 6 Scale Cantina.
You see that, Fabio? He could morph into anyone. Maybe he will. Maybe he will morph into Julia Roberts, baby. All right. What's more likely, Fabio? Let me ask you this. That the Boba Fett 2-pack goes on waitlist before it ever gets in stock? Or the Hot Toys Wizard appears as Julia Roberts? What say you?
No, you'll be able to order it on Sideshow for a little bit. 100%. 100%. But it'll sell out pretty quickly.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we're going to be talking about these predictions that the Hot Toys Wizard just talked about. And you have to wonder what some of these figures are that the Hot Toys Wizard feels, who is just disguised, morphed into Brother Cousins Toy Reviews. Make sure you subscribe to Brother Cousins. Make sure you subscribe to Jay. You have to wonder what he's talking about. We're going to get into that. But we got to talk a little bit about Jango, and we got to talk a little bit about Ahsoka. So let me go ahead and pull this up onto the screen. And I am going to start this with my man, Dante, from the Man of Hot Collectibles. Dante, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, and everything that you're seeing and the delays that we've seen, but yet no word on this, no push on this. Is it possible that Jango Fett, in conjunction with the Book of Boba Fett, could come next week, or at the very least before the final episode of this season? What say you?
You know, I was thinking about this the other day, and I have a feeling that we're going to see a flashback with Jango Fett. I think we're going to see a DH Tamara Morrison playing that character one more time. And something is going to tie the story somehow with Jango Fett. So I do think we might see him before the end of this show, for sure. Because it's due anytime anyways.
You already had several flashbacks anyway.
You just got the helmet. I mean, you're seeing some kind of like thesis over here. So like, you saw young Boba Fett, you saw the helmet, and I have a feeling that we're gonna see a flashback, and he's gonna be talking. He's gonna say something about something to Boba Fett when he was a kid, and it's gonna coincide with that, because I do like the fact that they, to someone's point, that they released the figure, but at the same time the show was pretty much premiering. So that was a good marketing strategy. That's why the hype, went up, and that's why people start buying it with the show. So that's smart. And I do agree with PRockZilla, what he said about the that they might not announce anything until the show is over, so they can sell what they have right now and then announce new figures so it doesn't interfere with the sales. Because I do agree that, when The Mandalorian happened with the Beskar, people were like, again, another one? Come on, I just ordered this one. So people were upset about it, and they canceled. Now you can see the side effects. here we have all those Mandalorians sitting on the shelf.
Well, you're going to get burned, Dante, one way or the other, right?
Right.
Even if they hold, the Clone Wars Ahsoka and the Clone Wars Maul and the Clone Wars Anakin and then the upcoming and this and that, you're going to have to pay it one way or the other, aren't you?
Right, of course, because they were capitalizing on Mandalorian, and they did several versions of it. And yes, it's awesome, it's perfect. But then it was pretty much back to back kind of thing, right? If you're collecting the line, regardless of how soon each figure is announced or released, you're good. If you're collecting the whole line, right? But if you're a person who likes to collect the best of that particular character, then it's a bit annoying that okay, I'm gonna get the best and then oh shoot, wait a second, now they have the Din Djarin sculpt too, like and I can understand those people too. So I think they need to learn. Hatters need to learn from those mistakes and try to balance it up a little bit and just wait, because this 2-pack again, it's gonna sell.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and let me read this here from Weasel Figures. Thank you so much. $25 bomb, much appreciated there, Weasel Figures. Sorry I'm late, Aries. No reason to be sorry. Thank you so much for your support. Happy anniversary, mate. Here's to many more years to come. Let's toast together, my friend. I'll toast it in this big pot. I'm serving it all up tonight. I am the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, and guess what?
Yes,
I'm serving up all the talk, Anthony. I'm serving it all up along with you guys. 124. Look, you're drinking it too. Salute.
Hell yeah.
PRockZilla. Come on. I'm going to go to Fabio. I'm going to go to you with this, my friend. And cheers to everyone in here. 125 watching, and thank you so much, Weasel Figures. Fabio, again, you collect a long time. I love going to you with some of this insight. Is there method to Hot Toys madness in pushing out some of these Clone Wars figures and not touching the release date of Jango? Is Jango just going to come out in March? It actually says January to March. The 2-pack Boba Fett says January to February. Do you see that this Jango could come? I mean, to me, at least from a marketing standpoint, it would seem like the most logical figure that's on pre-order that should come out now, besides Troopers that have been coming out. You're on mute, Fabio.
My fault. We've tried to figure out Hot Toys for many years. Where we it's impossible. What I think though is that when it comes to Jango specifically, I think because of what they did with the 2-pack, just to kind of fit it in with the show, specifically with the second episode, which worked out perfectly for them. I think that it would be smart for them to do the same with Jango. The fact now we see the flashback, boom, give us Jango. Are they going to do it? Who knows? Because that's how they are. But it would be a great idea if they decided to do that for us.
Yeah, P-Rock, what do you think? I mean, do you see this Jango? It's supposed to release anyway between January and March, but I feel like they're almost positioning the board for that to come out during the show.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, I'm hoping they give it to us by the end of the show. I mean, I can see. I mean, according to the lore, that's the same armor that Boba's Fett, the same armor that Jango had. So, according to that, he had to take the body in order to take the armor off. So maybe he still has the body somewhere, and maybe they have like a burial, he buries his father scene where he has like a flashback with his father or something like that. Something like that can happen. I'm not sure, but they have to release this figure before the end of Boba Fett, or at least have him in the show, because they keep showing him every episode, but just a quick glimpse in the beginning. Well, not really him, but like the dead body. But yeah, they have to give it to us. They have to.
The head, more specifically.
Yeah, and I was schooled. I didn't know that the actual head fell out the helmet before it hit the floor. Because I thought when he picked up the helmet, the head was still in there.
Yeah, me too.
Because I would thought he would have took the head with the helmet to kind of remember his father. At least I would have done that.
Right.
KG, single songwriter, puts in prediction: Jango after episode 6. Pretty good prediction. What do you think about this with Jango Fett?
Yeah, it's coming. It's pretty evident that they're waiting for this. There has to be something in the show that he's related to it. I mean, Tamora Morrison could do the de-aging thing, and we get a Jango scene, that we haven't seen before. So I think this figure is pretty imminent. It's coming pretty soon. I think it's pretty much done. I mean, they have nailed Tamora Morrison sculpts with every single clone that we've done, like Rex, Cody, from Boba Fett, and now with Jango. I mean, we're just waiting. We're just waiting for Hot Toys to. We're just waiting for the next episode to be released, and who knows? We might see a flashback footage of Jango, and then after that, 2 or 20 minutes later, we'll get the Jango. Hopefully, I mean that's the case that we got with the 2-pack. We saw the one with the robes, and after what, like 20 minutes, we get the 2-pack with Boba Fett and the one with the robes. So I think they're just playing the waiting game right now. So
Yeah, no, I agree, KG. And Anthony, like the Man of Hot Collectibles, Dante just texted. You have to wonder. I agree with Fabio and P-Rock and what everyone has said here so far. I honestly just really think, and I'm pulling just Jango up here on the screen. I mean, you could look right here. It says coming January to March. I think they would have took January out if there was some issue. I just think it's coming, Anthony.
I want it.
Well, I think Jango will be released within the next 4 to 6 weeks. Personally,
and that's pretty sound. That's pretty much like what they're showing on the site.
Well, I think. Excuse me. I think, and we talked about this before. Hot Toys has a little too much on their plate right now, with all of the new announcements from Disney. With the Star Wars shows, the Marvel shows, the movies, everything. Now, they weren't predicting that. Nobody was really predicting that, right? So they already had a lot of stuff on the plate, right, in the pipeline coming. Now, if we didn't have all these shows and whatnots, I think he probably would have already been released, personally. But again, with what they're doing with timing wise, it makes sense to delay it because he's done. Let's be real, he's done. He's ready to go. Same with the 2-pack. They played it right. They marketed it right. They released it after episode 2. The Book of Boba Fett guys are not spending money to show flashbacks of young Boba and Jango for no reason. You understand how Hollywood works. Television shows especially. There's long, grueling hours. There's deadlines. It costs a lot of money. Hiring the actors, paying for everything, being on set, all that stuff costs a lot of money. They're not making these scenes for nothing, right? There's a reason for it. We've had 3 episodes so far, and in all 3 episodes, we've had some type of flashbacks. That means something in the show. And I'm not talking like the flashbacks with the Tusken Raiders. I mean, we're going way back, right, when he's young. So there's a reason for that. Whether or not they're going to de-age him and have him play as Jango, I don't know. That remains to be seen. But either way,
well, they got the actor on set. I mean, they're already paying him.
Yeah, they're already paying for him, and there's so much presence so far in the show, albeit they're short flashbacks, but their presence is known. That by the time this show is over, whether or not we see him in it or not, irrelevant at this point. This coincides with that release. You know what I'm saying? It's relevant to the Book of Boba Fett in some way. So 4 to 6. Sorry.
How would you guys feel if Hot Toys announces a Jango Fett from the show?
No, they can't do that before they release this.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll be so upset, man. They can't do that.
I don't think they will. Yeah, I don't think they will.
I have a feeling because of that flashback, though. So,
I mean, if they announce it and release it, or just announce it.
No, just because they have to announce it because of the what do you call it, the flashback. That's the only reason why I'm thinking of it. So
but they have it branded right here. You know what I'm saying? Like Attack of the Clones. If they change it,
well,
is that going to piss people off?
That's what I mean. Well, how would you guys feel about something like that? Because Hot Toys is very well known for doing stuff like that. So, how would you feel if all of a sudden tomorrow you're like, there's an announcement for a Jango Fett from the show?
I'd be upset, but
I mean, I'd still take it if it's the same figure. I think I'd still take it.
I won't pre-order until I get this figure first, though. I make sure I'm not pre-ordering until I get this figure first. Give me this one first, then I'll pre-order that one.
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, I think Hot Toys, when they see that, they'll take an opportunity where the figure is sold out. Then they have an excuse to make the other one. I just don't see them doing a figure that's already announced, that's about to be released, and then make another one at the same time. I just don't see that.
Don't put that into energy, Fabio. Don't do it.
Look, it would be. It would. I agree to a point, but I think it would be different had they not already announced him and branded him and showed all these screenshots that were specifically Attack of the Clones with Dooku there and everything like that, but they are, Fabio's right. I mean, like, they kind of pulled one on us already where I was wrong, man. I admitted it, that I thought we were going to get two Fennec's, you know what I mean? I thought they were just going to skimp out on us, not give us a sculpt for Mandalorian, then give us a sculpt with Book of Boba Fett, slightly different armor, you know, because we don't know. The show wasn't out yet, so I'm assuming, just like anything in marketing, they change the outfits, they redo it, we get a different version. But you're right, though, Fabio, in that respect, that they teased Fennec, we saw Fennec, and then what did they do? They put her out and they branded her the Book of Boba Fett.
Well, look, this leads me into the next discussion, and I actually, Fabio, I think you might be onto something, because this is the next topic which coincides to your point. And let me put this up over here. Before we get into, with 127 in here, is it possible that we're going to get into some predictions for 2022 Star Wars Hot Toys announcements that are going to blow your socks off, baby? Look, we already heard from the Hot Toys wizard. Disguised, not as TK Foma, not as TK Bomi, but as brother cousins. You got to be kidding me. But listen, Fabio, going with you. Is the Clone Wars Ahsoka head sculpt changing? Now, I talked about this. I've heard some inside information about this, and I talked about it in my last show. Now, if they change this, I'm going to be so ticked off. And I actually don't believe in my heart and in my gut that they are. But you have to wonder, with Disney, with this, supposed, rumors going around, and the fact that every one of these releases from Hot Toys for the Clone Wars, they actually represent the actor that they're using on Disney Plus. And after this that broke the internet, they signed Rosario Dawson. Is something going on with this? Could you see this? Like you brought up the point, could the Jango change? Could this change? Is that why this is delayed? Or is it just because they want the Jango out?
I mean, again, we don't know why Hot Toys decides to do what they decide to do. I'm assuming that if they are going to change something with the head sculpt, it's going to be very minimal. I don't think they're going to go, start from scratch to just fix anything. I don't think so at all. I feel like so far we've gotten fire head sculpts from them. So I don't think they're going to be tweaking anything to make it worse. If anything, they're fixing whatever they needed to fix, if they're fixing anything to begin with. But so that exactly. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what they're thinking to do. But if they do decide to do something, I guarantee you it's definitely not for the worst. Because look at Boba Fett's head sculpt. Look at what was the other one we got recently that was amazing. So I don't think it's gonna go. I don't think it's gonna be a negative impact that this delay that's going on. So
I don't think so either. Dante, the Man of Hot Collectibles, what do you think of this? We've talked about this for a while. Are they just like maybe changing the lipstick to be more accurate to the Clone Wars? Is it just, let's push her aside, the Clone Wars figures are selling fantastic, let's concentrate on Book of Boba Fett and then put them out later? Actually, more people will buy more 501sts, more Coruscant guards, they're going to buy more Rexes, and the more that they buy, the more they're going to need different people buy them. They're going to absolutely need Ahsoka. Is that what's going on? Or are they changing something with this?
Well, we spoke about this as well many times. The rumors that we were hearing about the possibility of change, right? Whether it's going to be a minor change to the head sculpt or it's going to be a young Rosario Dawson. I mean, there's been so many rumors out there. I honestly think at this point, they will not change the head sculpt. Just because I heard for really reliable sources that the figure is pretty much done. It's really done. It's just
that was another one too. I've heard
it was
that too.
a matter of logistics right now. I don't know if it's communication with Sideshow. I don't know. So I honestly think it will not be a change. Maybe a minor upgrade, but still is gonna be that generic head sculpt, if you will, right? Because it's a generic head sculpt. It's really not based on anyone. So I think it's gonna remain as that. Because changing the whole thing, it might throw people off. And at this point, you look what happened with Tony's Tank, people getting pissed, especially in Hong Kong with the cancellations and with the complaints, and for how to start redoing another head sculpt to satisfy the customers. I don't think they want to make the same mistake again, and that will be a huge mistake if they do that without telling people, right? If they're gonna do some type of upgrades at this point, they should have said something, especially for a character like Ahsoka, which is one of the main ones in Clone Wars. So you cannot, mess around with that one, right? So I think it will not be a change. I think it's probably going to remain the same. Maybe it's going to be some upgrades here and there. And I do think the figure is going to come sooner. Because again, based on what I told for many people, is that it is done. So don't be surprised if one of these days we just wake up and we see Ahsoka coming. Despite the emails that you guys got, I got included from Sideshow saying it was pushed back again. Because remember, at this point, Sideshow does the reviews on one figure. They get one or two figures to review it. Then that doesn't necessarily mean they get the whole batch to deliver. So that's a huge difference. So don't get confused that because you see the day one reviews from them, that means that you're gonna get your figure within weeks, because it ain't gonna happen. Because I know it will not happen. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we're gonna see this one coming sooner, and don't be surprised if you see a video from Sideshow very soon doing this day one review.
Oh, and that'll be a beautiful, beautiful day, baby. And I agree with you, because that was another inside information. There's a couple of different rumors going out. KG, I know how important the Clone Wars are to you. How important is it to you that this stays the same? Do you think anything with this? Personally, I feel, and I'm going with my gut on this, I feel like they held this back because they wanted to concentrate on Jango and a couple of the other releases, and there was no rush, and then they just put it out like they're saying, when they're going to put it out. What is it now? February, March.
Yeah, Clone Wars for me. I grew up with the Clone Wars, and you can see I have Rex here, and I can't wait to get this figure in hand. The sculpt I had no issues with when I first saw him. Like, yeah, this is because I was worried when they were going to do Ahsoka. How were they going to make a cartoon or animated face into a realistic? Because they're going to the continuity of Tamora Morrison head sculpt looking
right,
as human as possible, right? So. I think it was a challenge thing for them, and I just don't see a lot of people complaining about the sculpt. I just don't see a lot of them. I don't know why there has to be some renovations towards the sculpt. I think more so what you said, Aries, is that they're trying to push us back because Boba Fett right now is the main highlight of the right now. So they're trying to pump out some announcements and also some releases, hopefully pretty soon with Jango. This figure is pretty imminent. Like as Dante says, it seems like they have it. Sideshow has it. They're just waiting for review because now it seems like they're waiting for Sideshow to get it, review it, and then they will announce it, release at the same time once Sideshow puts their video up. But I think this figure is imminent. It's coming pretty soon, and I think it'll be worth the wait. And I hope this is as it is, as we see in the prototype. So. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Right. Well, just one quick. But I don't think I think they're gonna do the review first, but I don't think they're gonna ship it right away, though. That's what I think.
No, what I meant by that is once Sideshow gets it,
gotcha.
And then So.
No, very, very good points, and I actually agree with what you said there. And let's go to PRock. And part of the inside information and the thought process is that okay. Disney wants this to be, the continuity, so it matches all their actors. The line's going to be that way. They signed Rosario Dawson afterwards. They wanted that. I think Disney already learned from the sequels and certain things that they did in there. Don't mess with certain things. I really hope that they keep this the same. But what do you think?
I mean, I agree with Dante. I think they're going to keep it the same. Maybe do some adjustments to it. As a collector, I mean, me... in general, like, if they reshape it to Rosario Dawson's face, what does that tell me for the other figures? That they supposedly charge us higher for the face sculpt, for the actor's face sculpt. So if they're going to upgrade the face sculpt to Rosario Dawson and keep it the same price, then how are you justifying the other figures you're selling us for a higher price because supposedly the actor pays or is asking a lot? I understand Rosario Dawson's not a big actress, but she's big enough to
Mhm.
kind of at least, so increase the price if they're gonna do the face sculpt of Rosario Dawson. Plus, they got that figure already for the Mando one. That's the one I
They do.
pre-ordered. And if they change it, I'll be upset because I didn't pre-order. I pre-ordered both, but I want both versions of her. I don't want the same version of her, just different body.
Yep. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Anthony, wrapping this up before we get into some possibilities for upcoming releases. We're going to spill some coffee together. Is it possible with some of these that we have some reveals that were conveyed to me by the Hot Toys Wizard? And you have to wonder, are we going to hear from the Hot Toys Wizard again? And in what form is the Hot Toys Wizard going to be in? But Anthony, I agree with Single Songwriter here. I think they're going to fix maybe the lipstick, and that's really... I think they're actually going to do that. They might do that, and I think that's all that's happening.
Well, I'll tell you this. Excuse me. I've spoken to the wizard. Okay, and that is indeed a rumor. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now that rumor is just nonsense. Okay, this figure has been done. They're not going back. It's already packaged. It's ready to go, man. They're not going to go back and redo the sculpt. For one,
yeah, that's yep.
Okay, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. This figure's done. We know it's been done. It's got pushed back. It's not getting pushed back to fix something. Okay, production's a pain in the ass. Everything's done.
That would be a huge pain in the ass if they had to do that.
It's done. Okay, PRock's same point. They wouldn't do that because now you're paying for a premium for an actor's sculpt. There's no point. It's all bullshit. Okay, this figure's done. Dante says the same thing. It's ready. Yeah, it's done. It's done. We're getting it very soon. Okay, that's the end of that. You could just drop that rumor off. I mean, you quote me on that shit. They're not changing it. If anything, they may have done something to the... Yeah, well, I'm telling you, if they did anything to the lips or anything, that was months ago. Okay, people like to start rumors. Okay, we try to talk truth. We speculate, but that's not what's happening here. If anything, dude, they need to change that Darth Maul head because that's like just the head from Solo. Like that's not what I'm signing up for.
I'm not laughing at what you're saying. I'm laughing at someone calling you out over here. Will Fox Vacation saying, "Did Anthony tell you guys how he assaulted me with his fists in the Call of Duty last night?" Anthony, come on.
I've already humiliated him enough. I didn't want to do it publicly.
Anthony, you fisted him online? Unbelievable.
Something like that. Yeah. So, but listen, I'm going to tell you. Here's another thing. Okay, here's another thing that you may or may not know in the gaming community. Okay, you had Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 Game of the Year, right? That game was phenomenal. They put it out on PS5. They try to remaster it, if you want to call it that. They changed Peter Parker's face. They changed his head sculpt to look more like Tom Holland in the game. Pissed everybody off. Okay. They wanted to do that because Sony has the rights to Spider-Man. They wanted to bridge the gap, kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing here. Like, they're not changing it. Yes, you heard it first, live on the Aries. Here's the show.
On the air.
Let me just say, it's good to have
last night.
Will Fox Vacation in here, but go ahead.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So no, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. This package is done, whether it's a logistics thing or whatever, like Dante's talking about. I've heard the same thing. It's done. So they're not going to get it. Sideshow's going to put their video out. It's not going to be ready to go right away. Guaranteed, right? Just like Dante was saying. But it's coming. They're not changing it. Don't worry. We don't need a Rosario Dawson. We have a Rosario Dawson, bro. We got Mandalorian. That shit looks great.
Well, listen, you're making me spill my coffee because you're kind of preaching it, brother. They're not going to do this. The only reason why I feel like there may be some gas on this, because it's very interesting to me. Because is it possible that the Boba Fett 2-pack and the Boba Fett by himself, they're not going to get held up in the ports? They're going to start shipping. Mm-hmm. And I personally just think that whether it's already at the ports or maybe that rumor was misinterpreted as well, they're just holding off on that release because they wanted the other ones to release. There's nothing wrong. It happens all the time in manufacturing and production and distribution. You could sit on something and have a certain release date. You know that from a freaking comic shop, Anthony. You don't have to. They can have this stuff well in advance. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And like I said, when you pulled up those pictures of her, and I think everybody in the chat, 120 people watching, obviously hit the like if you haven't. But with the 120 people watching, I'm sure they've seen the pictures of Ahsoka. Okay, how many of the 120 people watching, plus everybody on the panel, thinks that Ahsoka head sculpt needs any changing or looks like crap?
That's one of the bad. That's it broke the internet. Come on,
she looks amazing. So yeah, enough with the rumor. She's coming. She's gonna be awesome. KG's gonna love her. Everybody else who's a fan of her is gonna love her. We're not gonna wait much longer.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about that.
Well, with 120 in here, we're going to move to the next segment. We're going to get into more the hot coffee spilling segment. We need 808 Michigan Jedi. A shout out to him. I don't know if he's in here to come up and help us get some mops. Help us get, the vacuum thing, whatever the heck it is, the shop vac to mop this all up because it's all coming, baby. But I love Metamorphic Customs new logo. It's epic. But looking to have Metamorphic Customs coming in here in a couple weeks. Great to have Will Fox Vacation in here. Will be on the Market Show Live next Saturday as well. So we look forward to having Will back. It's awesome. So let's go to the next segment of this show. And I would believe it's going to be, for me anyway, the most fun segment of the show. And we have some predictions for 2022. And not necessarily predictions, but call outs. And we're going to see which ones the Hot Toys Wizard has told me is imminent, which ones are more for the future, which ones no way. And the first one I want to bring up on the screen, and we are going to go to KG for this. Is it possible?
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you, is it possible that we're not going to get this release?
Impossible.
No, this is too good. I mean, if we compare it, I guess because Jon Favreau was the Heavy Mando, but look at Heavy Mando. That was what, like a less than 5-minute character in the Mandalorian series, and this guy has been 2 episodes. So this guy's definitely.
I don't want to cut you off because you're going to continue. That is a damn good point. The
Right?
Heavy Mando was only freaking in there. For the, I feel like they had to do all kinds
Just
of
a
new
couple
molds
scenes.
and R&D for that.
Yeah.
But this one here, they got Chewbacca. You got to beef it up.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. This is gonna happen. I'm definitely gonna buy it. I mean, I don't know nothing about the character, but just the cool fact just to have this with Boba Fett, and I know that, and Anthony, I don't know, but I think they both were like fighting each other in the comics. If I'm wrong.
So they fought a little bit, then they became like partners, and later on, the Mr. Burger King here hunts down Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan fights him and gives him a scar over his face because he's a bounty hunter. He was going after Obi-Wan. But yeah, they do become buddies and they partner up in here and there. So yeah, absolutely. Anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, just like that. I mean, this guy is going to go so well with your Boba Fett. Any Boba Fett that you have, it's going to go super well. I think this is a figure that will possibly be the next Heavy Mando. Because I know that there's going to be a bunch of people who are like, I don't need it. Once it comes out, and everybody's like, oh, I need it, and then it's going to go sell it during pre-order. So it's definitely going to be another Heavy Mando situation where it's a character where it's like a C-list character. It's nobody really wants this version of I guess Chewbacca, you would say, a Wookiee. And yeah, I just think this is going to be like the next Heavy Mando. They're going to make it once it comes out, finalized. Everybody's going to love it. And then you're going to see a bunch of reviews, and it's going to sell out during pre-order. It's 100% going to happen.
No, and I totally agree. Was that you, Fabio?
Yeah, no, I was going to say you're going to have people posing it off with Chewbacca as well, so it's going to look cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, and I'm actually going to you, Fabio, with this. Look, KG brings up a few great points. And I will tell you right now that this character was in here way more than a heavy infantry Mandalorian, seemingly so far. And the heavy infantry Mandalorian's badass. But, dude, This dude is badass.
People have been wanting a reissue of Chewy for a while, and I think that they're going to get it in this way, though. You know what I mean? I think Hot Toys is going to give us this instead of a regular Chewbacca, and they're going to make that money because this thing is beautiful.
But quick question, real quick. In the past, was there issue with the Chewbacca body though? The hair, the people who have, I don't have that figure.
I don't have any problems.
People complained about the hair. People complained about the face, that he looked like a puppy. People complain about everything. I don't have an issue with any of them.
Okay.
So
that's my
The Force Awakens, or I'm sorry, the Han was it the Solo? Which one was it? Was it from the Solo film, or is it Force Awakens?
Force Awakens.
How many Chews they make? Just two?
Because they didn't make Chewbacca from Solo.
Okay, yeah, the Force Awakens one looks like crap. But
Oh yeah.
Listen, I'm going to debate you
in
on
comparison.
that. So, if you're a Cantina insider, you're going to see my unboxing on a Force Awakens Chewbacca. And is it possible that to me it looks exactly and even better than the A New Hope Chewbacca? And I say yes. I don't know what the heck happened with some of these pictures that they put up where he kind of looked like, I don't know what he looked like in those pictures, but it doesn't look anything the one I got. And I mean anything like that. It looks exactly, without any playing around. I don't like combing hair or any of that crap. It looks exactly like him. So I don't know. I feel like that there was some kind of bad batch that came out with that one. But I'm telling you, I got a Force Awakens Chewbacca, and I absolutely love it, Anthony.
He looks okay because, like, I know, like, you know, Shane has him, and he looks pretty good. But I mean, compared to like original Chewie, there's I don't know. He was like budget Chewie to me. Like I just don't think he looked that great. And I'll give you that. The pictures look like bad. The pictures look bad. I've seen Shane's. It looks pretty decent. But I think if I was to take both of those figures, put them together, I'm gonna have to go with A New Hope.
New Hope
for me personally.
Better. Yeah, New Hope.
The darker color.
I just think that there was some versions that were that there was a batch that was, I don't know. It's very interesting to me. I'm looking forward to putting up my unboxing.
That's why I asked. I never had either one in hand.
Yeah, the new one does look like the hair. It looks more like a German Shepherd hair, very light. The original one is a lot darker. It looks more true to the actual hair of Chewbacca. So that's the only difference that I noticed.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Oh, you got it too, Fabio?
I got both of them, yeah. And like I said, the second one, not the original one, but the second one was the hair looks a lot.
The hair. It's lighter,
a lot light. Correct, a lot lighter.
It's not OG.
It looked correct. It looks like I said, it looks like a German Shepherd. That golden look of hair. Yeah.
But it didn't look like, and I'm sure you've seen some of the reviews, or a couple of them anyway, where it kind of looked like, I don't know what it looked like. It looked like something from Sesame Street.
That's what I saw. That's why I'm asking.
But it doesn't look like that.
Correct. The face it looked like a teddy bear. But you know, again,
it did.
It's not, to me. It didn't bother me. But if you compare the original one to the new one, it's night and day.
All right, let's go to P-Rock. Next one. Oh, by the way, you know, who did we miss here? Did we go to? We didn't go to Dante. Dante, are they going to come out? We talked about it in your show yesterday. I'm going to tell you the hot. What's that?
I didn't know he was here. Dante.
The Hot Toys Wizard has told me that Black Chrysanthemum is absolutely 1,000% imminent coming, and in 2022. What say you?
And I say yes. I think we're gonna see that character. I agree what KG said about compare it to Heavy Mando. Actually, this one got more screen time than Heavy Mando so far. So and it's probably going to be more to come, and that will be a perfect opportunity to bring Han Solo, to bring Chewie, you know. So I think we're going to see that probably later on in the show. I do think that they're gonna definitely give us that figure. And I think they're gonna do a lot of figures from this show. I can see that happening because it's Boba Fett. You know, like you can't go wrong with Boba Fett. And this is a badass character too, really badass character. So I do think we're gonna see this guy coming soon. I don't know how soon, but it's coming.
PRock, did we get to you on this one yet? Let's get to you, baby. What do you think?
I think we have to get this figure. All right, so when my girlfriend and I were watching the show, she kind of, the way she said "oh" gave me the same "oh" that she gives Jason Momoa. So to me, this is the Jason Momoa of Chewbacca's. So we have to get this guy. I mean, and supposedly to the lore, he's actually going to show up. He may show up. I'm not saying he is, but he may actually show up in the Obi-Wan show because supposedly Obi-Wan gave him that scar. He supposes he's going to have a scar on his face that Obi-Wan gave to him. So it makes sense that he survived. Oh, I don't want to spoil nothing. I'm sorry. It makes sense we'll get this figure.
All right. Let's go. Let's stay with you. And the next one.
Ooh.
And is it possible?
We didn't get Anthony.
Oh, we did. I thought Anthony. I thought you.
No.
He answered a question.
It's still ringing in my ear to forget the rumor about the Ahsoka head sculpt not changing.
Well, I'll make this.
Give me on this.
All I want to say is 100% this guy's coming, dude.
Yep.
The badass factor alone of this figure is what a lot of people would want out of a hot toy. Regardless, if they don't even know, they're just going to get it. And to hearken with everybody was saying on the panel as well, a lot of people want a Chewie, and I know he's not a Chewie, but they're going to make their money off of this one. This is 100%, dude. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, we always speculate, with a TV show or a movie. Do you think they're going to make this? Do you think this or that? This guy is it, man. There's no speculating. He's too badass to look like. To look at, to pose. I mean, he's a Wookiee. They already have Wookiee stuff. They'll buff him. Dude, there's no way. He's coming. He's coming, and I think he's going to blow everybody away.
If I could add one thing, some people complain about some figures when they come, like the eyes are looking sideways. This guy needs to come with the eyes looking sideways. So you can have that scene where he's looking at Boba Fett before.
He just looks so badass.
He does.
Or how about PRock rolling eyes function?
Yes.
Even better.
Yes.
All right.
He didn't wait the whole time.
We'll go back to you, Anthony. 125 in here. We're going over some possibilities. Is it possible that some of these figures are going to be officially announced by Hot Toys in 2022? So far with the panel, everyone on here thinks Chrysanthemum. They all said yes. And so has the Hot Toys Wizard. That is a Hot Toys Wizard official prediction. Let's go to this one. I want to make sure that I have this up. And tell me about this, Anthony. Is it possible in 2022, or actually with this one, ever?
I mean, okay, look, everything's possible, right? But I mean, I'm going to say no. I don't think this is outside of the Hot Toys wheelhouse. I don't think they're going to mess with it. They don't like giving us, it's not that they don't, but they don't like giving us vehicles, creatures, or droids. It's pretty rare when it happens, and these guys are not that significant. They're really not. I mean, people may be praying
even when
on
they're
the fact
coming
that
with those little the drums. Boom.
Nah, I don't think so. I think if anything, this is something that this is like a sideshow release, in my opinion. This is something Sideshow would do. They'd capitalize on that one, because I mean, it's just, let's be real. It's not, they don't have to do much with it. Hot Toys is known, right? That's why they don't like doing the vehicles and the droids as often, because they've really kind of mastered. Oh, I want to say mastered, but they're there. They're the top dog and known for accurate head sculpts, right? Actor portrayals, lifelike. They want that to be that wax museum, in 6 scale for you. This just doesn't. I don't think this would interest them personally. With so much on their plate, I don't think so.
I agree with one of the comments in here. If they're gonna, if they're and Doc Smizzle in the house, always good to have Doc in the shows. I agree with some of the chats in here that if they're going to give us this, they better give us Jabba. But let's go through this one real quickly. It's interesting. They've been very, to me, this has been very epic, Fabio, so far in the show, because I was just really surprised, but not really with Favreau and Filoni. They go through the trouble to go into the hut lore and explore that and bring in some more huts. And, to me, like an old Western, it's cut out, you're getting some of the kin now coming in here. I don't know. What do you think about this? I actually don't think it's out. of the realm of possibility. But I do think if they do it, they got to give us Jabba.
Right. The way I see it is, Sideshow made Jabba, and I don't really know how well it sold. I have a feeling that you could still find it for a reasonable price. The thing was humongous. I never bought it for that reason. I don't know if if Hot Toys will get into this, because again, it would have to be a humongous piece where, not that they care about size, because if they're going to make that money, they'll make it anyway. But even though these two are a big part of the show right now, are they going to matter in the future? So I think that's where I would go with, are they going to make these or not? And I don't think they're going to make them at all. And if they do, they'll give us like some type of background with them in it, but I don't think we're getting the actual figures.
Dante, what do you think about this, and what would sell better, the Blurg, which is below the Jet Troopers, or this?
Well, that's I mean, the only way these guys can happen if it's a power pose, or is it something similar to the Blur, right? But honestly, like, it all depends. It all depends. Right now, I don't want to say yes or no, because it all depends what more they're gonna provide in the show. Maybe they play some key role later in the show, and we're like, oh shoot! I mean, we've never seen this coming. So I would probably wait until I see the whole thing to predict whether this is possible or not. Right now, I will say it's like 40%, but again, let's see what happens later in the show.
And P-Rock, let me go to you. What if? How likely is it if Hot Toys doesn't? Because I think the figure that Fabio mentioned is actually still in stock, and it's a hefty price tag on Sideshow. How likely is it that Sideshow, if Hot Toys doesn't, puts this out like the set that they have with the Jabba?
I kind of agree with Anthony. I can see Sideshow doing it since they did the other figure. I know the Sideshow version is still available, but it is $200 more than the original release price.
Oh, okay.
So the price did go up on it.
If they're sweet looking,
I would love Hot Toys to make this, but if they went this route, I would want Jabba first before they went with the twins.
Exactly.
So during the anniversary, they would release it. I mean, I don't mind if they announce these, but Jabba has to be released before the twins come out. But I don't know. Like a power pose, yeah, I can probably see that. May just have the arms posing and the body would be static, but I don't know. I think it's more of a Sideshow thing.
Jabba's so iconic too, guys. I mean, like, do we honestly care about these twins or this family? I mean, again, we don't know, right? They're new. Maybe they have more story down the road, like you guys were saying, but I just don't see it happening.
All right, KG, I think we're waiting on you. Final thoughts on the Hot Twins.
Well, anything's possible when it comes to Hot Toys, but I agree with everybody in the panel. I just don't see it happening because if they were going to do this, they have to do Jabba first. Jabba's too iconic for them. I mean, it has to be done. I mean, the Sideshow one's pretty good. I don't own the Sideshow one, but if there were other companies that were willing to make this, I would see Sideshow doing it. That's the only thing I could see possibly that we can see these Jabbas, these creatures at least that we can see from Sideshow doing. Because Hot Toys are like, you know what? We can handle the figures. You guys can handle the the 1/6 scale statues or power pose statues like the Jabba. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, and what has the Hot Toys Wizard told me about this? Is it possible that this set is going to be coming out in 2022, getting officially teased or announced by Hot Toys? And I say no. No. But it's very interesting to see Favreau and Filoni, put this up. Now, let's go to the next figure that you have to wonder with 134 in here. Welcome to the Market Show Live. We're going over 2022 possibilities. And you have to wonder just what the Hot Toys Wizard has told me. So far, we're one for one. One, yes, Chrysanthemum. One, no, Hot Twins. But what about the next one that I'm going to put on the screen? And interestingly, It looks like my computer is getting hacked again. Is it the Hot Toys Wizard?
This is an interruption from the Hot Toys Wizard. As you can see, I've morphed into the likeness of KeCO Collectibles, and you have to wonder, is it possible for C-3PO to come out in 2022? And I say, yes. For KeCO Collectibles, I am the Hot Toys Wizard, and you are watching the Market Show Live, baby.
And that's what I'm talking about, baby. Listen, this is long overdue. And just like I've told you, the Hot Toys Wizard isn't me. The Hot Toys Wizard could be anybody. And right there, you just saw it as easy. And the Hot Toys Wizard has told you. It's coming right from his mouth. Look, I am telling you that this is coming. This is absolutely coming. Is it possible the reason this hasn't come because of all the gloom and all the doom and all the down and all the downtimes and the black clouds and all that other crap and all that other garbage from the sequel controversy? It held everything back. Let's hold off. But it's blue skies, baby. Come on. It's coming. It's coming. And you just heard from the wizard. Come on. All right, KG, I'm going to go to you. Favreau and Filoni, they've already showed a protocol droid. You're probably going to be just a little bit of a tease of, what's going to, are we going to show a protocol droid in the Obi-Wan series? I'm getting pumped up. So if you can't tell I'm pumped up, I am really, really pumped up. You're probably going to see C-3PO. You're probably going to see R2. You're probably going to see, with Luke, and you're probably going to see Bail Organa with C-3PO. You're going to see a younger Leia. You're going to see, I just think that this is coming. I absolutely think it's overdue. I think the black clouds are gone. I don't think there's any more controversy. Just a lot of money, like Watto would say. Go, KG.
I think this is the most overdue Star Wars shot that we've ever gotten. I mean, this is the most overdue.
Preach.
But yeah, so honestly, the possibility of this guy coming out in Boba Fett or Obi-Wan is endless. I mean, Hot Toys needs an excuse to see this guy in an upcoming show. And if he does, for like a split second, just C-3PO, then that will make the Hot Toys go jump and go, you know what? Let's go announce it. Hopefully, maybe diecast. I doubt it, but I won't put their past, because look, they did with the IG-11. They gave us some diecast. So I think this figure is coming pretty soon. I think they just need to find the right time for it. Just a show, a glimpse of C-3PO, either in the Book of Boba Fett, the Obi-Wan show, which I think we might see him in Obi-Wan. That's the case. Book of Boba Fett, who knows? So that's my overall thoughts. This is definitely happening. They're just finding the right time. That's it.
Yeah. Fabio, I think this is coming. I just really do. I mean, they're getting all into Star Wars. I was saying for a long time, you can't call Hot Toys a complete collection. You don't have Lando, and you don't have C-3PO. I throw Padme in there too, because she's a main character, Natalie Portman, in 3 pivotal movies. I mean, she just is. It's like to me, it's like not having Leia or not having Rey. And it makes no sense to me. But I think I could call it a collection if I get this. It's asinine that we don't have this figure. I think it's actually going to be one of the several OG characters that comes out officially announced this year.
I personally think that is 100% true. My thing with this figure specifically is this. We know that Hot Toys does not need an excuse to release a figure, period. They just don't. We've gotten figures that don't belong in any line out of nowhere for no reason, and we still bought them. So I feel like now, though, because of what's going on with the shows that are coming and that are on right now, it's a perfect opportunity for them to use it as an excuse to make this figure, because they never made it, period. So I think it's just perfect timing, even though they're not looking for that perfect timing at all, because they don't care about timing.
Yeah. Dante, let's go to you.
I do think that they're gonna make this figure. I
They're
do
going to go
agree
out
with.
of business if it's just eventually, Dante. They're going
Yeah,
to.
I know it is. I agree with KG's. Is long overdue. This was supposed to be done a while ago. They gave us many teases here and there. You know, I really hope that they do it this year because we really need this figure. You know, if you're an OG collector, you need C-3PO. We have R2D2 already, multiple versions. We need C-3PO. Period. Um, I hope it is this year. I really hope it is this year, but I still have my doubts that they're gonna do something with C-3PO this year. And I just hope I'm 100% wrong. I just hope that they do it at one point, but I don't think this year is gonna be the year for C-3PO, unfortunately.
Well, it's very possible that you're right, but I'm going to pray that you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong. Trust me, I hope I'm wrong.
Let's go to P. Let's go to P-Rock.
He's usually wrong,
Go
so
ahead.
it's okay.
I mean,
He's usually right. Come on, he's been all on with these predictions, baby. All right, P-Rock, what do you think? C-3PO? Is it going to happen?
I'm gonna be upset if it does happen because I caved in and just bought the sideshow one.
Oh.
But yeah, I know I caved in. I couldn't. I was waiting. I mean,
A
I'm
lot of
still
people do that.
somewhat. I'm still 3 years into this Hot Toy, so I'm still. So unfortunately, Dante, I missed out on R2D2. So if they do give us a C-3PO, I'm hoping they reissue or they give us a R2D2 from the Mandalorian also because they did show that character already in the show. But I would love a C-3PO. I mean, now are you asking for a fully die-cast C-3PO, or are you asking just for plastic, or does it matter to you, Aries?
Oh, I want diecast. I mean,
I
because the
want die-cast too.
Machinations did a diecast, and if they didn't, why not Hot Toys? So I think if they ever do it, hopefully it's diecast.
I'm hoping diecast too. But
I have a question. When is the next anniversary for the original trilogy?
I think 3 more years. I think we have 3 more years, right?
Yeah,
got Return of the Jedi.
1977. So
Yep.
Isn't it Return of the Jedi next year?
That's next year, Return of the Jedi. Yes, it's coming
We,
quick.
okay, if that happens, then we could possibly see it then, where 3PO and R2D2 were in that movie as well. So we could see a 2-pack with those two. Yeah, I think that, like I said, they're just waiting for the time for it because I think right now, if they release something, if they release C-3PO out of nowhere, it's like, oh, C-3PO's out. It just, I feel like I feel like it's better to announce it when there's something happening with Star Wars with these characters. That's what I think, but I could be wrong.
No, it's very, very sound. And before we go to the next panel member, the thoughts on C-3PO. We have 127 in here, baby. If you didn't hit the like button, let's go ahead and smash it. This is the Market Show Live 1 year anniversary edition. And it's just very gratifying to be on over here and seeing this. After my first episode was January 18th, 2021. So a lot to celebrate here today. We also got 2K subscribers. If you're not subscribed the first time you're watching or you watch, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And we also hit over 700 members on our Facebook group where we talk a lot about all this stuff. If you want to follow me on social media, know when I'm going to go live and raw. Know when I'm going to have an impromptu stream. Know when I'm going to have the Aries Tarrington show. These shows. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. I got all the links within there below. And you have to wonder, do I have the link to 6 Scale Mafia? Do I have the link to KeCO Collector, PRockZilla, Man of Hot Collectibles, Fabio Land in the video description? I say yes. Subscribe to these guys and really appreciate your support. And it's real awesome. But let's before we get to the next figure, which I will tell you and tease you, that the next figure I'm going to show is a 1,000% lock in 2022
from the Hot Toys wizard that I have already heard. But final word, Anthony, on C-3PO. I actually think it's coming because I don't see how you can continue to produce a line. To me, it's like having the Avengers and you're missing, Hawkeye, or you're having Guardians of the Galaxy and you're missing, it's just freaking C-3PO. You have to have him. The reason why Favreau and Filoni teased the darn droid in the series is because it means something to people. We know it. Filoni knows it. George Lucas knows it. Why doesn't Hot Toys know it?
Well, I think Hot Toys does know it, and I don't, but I don't know why. I don't even want to say they don't care, because I'm sure they do. I don't know if they're thinking, if from a logistics standpoint, producing this figure, if they put it out, let's say when they put it out, they want it to be great, right? They want to have it to that standard. I think we're going to have a die-cast figure. I think he's going to be great. I don't see them putting it in any other brand, though. I think he needs to be A New Hope. I mean, I guess he could be Return of the Jedi or Empire, but it's like nothing new, right? Nothing.
I kind of agree with that. I don't want to see him in the Book of Boba Fett. I want the darn OG. I want A New Hope.
Yeah, New Hope would be my first obvious choice. Again, next year is the 40th, right? For or Return of the Jedi.
Anthony, didn't they call the R2D2 with all the accessories just an original trilogy one? I don't think that they tagged it Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back.
I don't know. I don't have it.
What's that?
Yeah,
I don't think so. No, I don't think that they tagged it.
I think it's just OT. So if they did it like
we'd
that,
have to look it up. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Just generalize it as like original trilogy or something to that effect. This, oddly enough, when he comes, this is something I would buy a couple of. I would buy a couple of for sure. I would have my main one, just classic with Luke in the beginning. New Hope, Farm Boy Luke. I would get another one to just take it apart. I really want to put him on Chewbacca's back. What is this? It's C-3PO. He's so iconic. I think he's just as iconic as Luke. As far as Star Wars goes. I mean, he's not like an amazing figure in my opinion, but he's sentimental. He's part of the core. So you need to have it. And honestly, that New Hope shelf of mine is just lonely. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
The sideshow, is bad. It's not that bad.
No, the sideshow one's not bad. It's not bad. Sideshow gets a lot of flack
from a distance. It does,
and sometimes even from myself. But they do pretty good, man. They do good on stuff. And that their C-3PO is pretty good. It's not a bad alternative. So and again, you said you picked it up, P-Rock. So that's cool, man. It's not a bad figure. I just want a Hot Toys one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just because it's like everything's Hot Toys.
Pay for that freaking Tamashii Nations one, but man,
I know that thing's beautiful. If I could get it, I would get that.
My R2D2.
Yeah. Well, whether or not he's coming this year, no, I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, Weasel Figures became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Got that flashed up here on the screen. And then for any of you that are interested in becoming a Cantina insider, where I give you some expanded analysis, just put out an epic video on the 2-pack of Boba Fett and what the long-term prospects are of that, or some unboxings, shows hosted by the Hot Toys Wizard, all kinds of stuff. You may want to consider doing it, but welcome to that, and thank you so much, Weasel Figures, for that. And listen, I'm going to the next figure, and I actually... Look, Anthony, I'm going to go with you because you're going to disagree with me on this. I'm going to go with you on this.
He knows already.
But this is
we usually don't.
This is to me, and not only just to me, I've actually heard from the Hot Toys Wizard that this is 1,000% coming. And the reason it is, this is the one piece you cannot complete the season 2 of The Mandalorian finale without R2D2 and without this. You just absolutely cannot. And you have to wonder, does Hot Toys know that? And I say, yes. If they put this out and they give you a couple of Grogus, the people that are buying the Luke, the people that are buying the chrome-plated Mandalorian, are going to 1000% buy this because it doesn't really work with your original trilogy one. Is certainly not going to work with the Force Awakens one. But listen, I to me this is 1000% lock with the Grogu.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Anthony. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why the Hot Toys Wizard is wrong on this.
I agree with you.
Oh, I thought you just said
I agree with
R2D2
you.
wasn't coming. I'm sorry.
No, that he is coming, right? That's your assessment here.
Yes.
I agree with that. I concur. This version, we are in agreement. Because you're absolutely right. I think, especially when they showed off the Mandalorian Luke Skywalker, they have R2 in the scenes and some of the promo pictures. That's not to say it's going to be, but Hot Toys knows what they're doing. They like to mix things in like that. Well, we've often seen teases like that in previous promo shots. They already have an R2. They've made a couple R2s. I don't see them not doing this. It's been a while. What was the last R2? Was it the Deluxe or was it the Force Awakens? I don't remember.
Deluxe.
It was the Deluxe. It was the Deluxe.
Okay, so either way, it's been a little while. It's been a little while since we've gotten an R2. I don't see it being outside of that realm of possibility at all. I don't think Luke Skywalker needs fuel, right? I don't think he needs help to be sold. I think he's going to sell great on his own. But I think if they do put that R2 out, then they're both gonna. It's you know what I mean. It's two peas in a pod right there. People want to be able to recreate that scene. It's gonna happen. And oddly enough, dude, that R2, they'll just release him and they'll give him they'll give him something. They'll give him a Grogu. They've been giving those out with everybody. I mean, I see it coming. Yeah, I do. I see that coming before we see a C-3PO.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I do see that coming before C-3PO. But I do really think we're going to get that C-3PO. Carlos, with the $1.99, with the $2 super chat, just giving us all a hand. Listen, I guess let me pour you a drink on the house since you just want to give us all a hand. Here you go, baby. Fabio from FabsFigures. Are we going to get R2D2 with Grogu to kind of go with the Luke Skywalker and the chrome-plated Mandalorian, or is Hot Toys just going to kind of skip that and be like, forget you guys, you don't need that piece?
And R2 right now, I don't think so. I don't know how. I never picked up the Hot Toys R2. I picked up the Sideshow one, so I never got the Hot Toys one. Either one of the ones they made. Are they coming out with one? I don't think so. I feel like they have so many more figures to worry about than an R2 right now, like a C-3PO. So I doubt it.
Yeah, it's that is an interesting point, because you always have to weigh into account they have other priorities. But good point. But KG, how much is it a priority for? I mean, how much would they not sell if this goes the two sets that are going to be available later in the fourth quarter of this year? I just don't see them not doing it. They could do it after, but I think it's going to come this year. What say you?
Yeah, it's going to happen, and I agree with Fabio. I just don't see them doing it now. Right now they have too many different priorities, but this is definitely a droid that will definitely happen this year. It's just like I said, the timing matters. When should this figure be announced? And because right now there's nothing involved with R2D2 right now, and there's nothing that the people are like, oh, I need to go pick up an R2D2 right now. Right, so they're looking for the right time to see if the market's ready for another R2D2, and I know majority of us are, but I think I could see this happening way sooner than a C-3PO, just because they had a chance to announce that when Rise of Skywalker came out. They had a chance when that thing was announced, right? When the movie came out, but I like I said, this is going to happen.
Dark times, I think.
Right, exactly.
So afraid to release anything.
Right, awesome. And now Star Wars is back. It's huge, bigger than ever. Right, so I think it's going to happen this year for sure. But it comes down to the timing.
Yeah. P-Rock, what do you think about this? I've put this in here. We have released the R2D2 2-pack with Hulk Hogan. Listen, yesterday Fabio pulled out the NWO Hollywood Hogan, and I think that thing is Awesome, baby.
No, it's
awesome.
it's a great figure. It's just depressing. That's why I picked it. It's just so depressing. I wish it was so much better than that. I love the character. It's just the figures.
Nothing can top Ares Poe Dameron though. That figure is the worst I've seen in my entire life. That one was a perfect one.
That was the first figure ever made.
Oh my god,
man! I was laughing so hard when Easy said, "Is that Lando?" I was laughing. Yeah, it was so
literally. I literally had to push. It was like I was having I had to push my whole. It was something holding me back from pulling the purchase on that figure. It is so bad. Dude, but I just have to complete everything there. But yeah, that figure sucks.
Oh god,
man. I don't know.
You have no idea how I put myself on mute because I was cracking. I was crying actually. When I put you on the screen, I was literally crying because it was just so like. But Ichi said, "Oh, this is Lando." I just couldn't hold it anymore.
Look, keep this going. Talk about R2 or talk about. I'm gonna go actually get it again so I can show everybody.
Show it to people because you guys need to see that if you haven't. For R2D2, I mean, I completely disagree with Fabio because I think Fabio is 100% wrong on this one. I think we're gonna see this R2D2. And I do think, and this is something that I was thinking the other day. It is very possible that we can see an Anakin, right, a 2.0 version, and R2D2 2-pack. Because they pretty much were together in the prequels, right? So I think it is possible that we can see that guy this year.
I'll take any R2. We need I need R2, so I'll take anyone.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen, Fabio. Yes, go ahead, Fabio.
I don't think so. Next topic.
I hope it happens. I want it to happen, but I don't think so anytime soon either. As long as Sideshow has theirs out, I don't think they're gonna release a Hot Toys one.
You guys want to see an R2?
You want to see this instead, P-Rock? How about this? Oh, here.
What?
Where is it? Here it is.
Oh god.
Man, I gotta say that is the best. It's better than the Tomorrow More Sets we got from the 2-pack.
Oh
wow.
Yeah, it's
he looks like a
what the hell is that?
It's like a heroin version of Poe Dameron.
It looks like Bela Lugosi from freaking.
It's like a mannequin you see at JCPenney or something.
I know. It looks
this
like
is a Hot Price Wizard. No,
it looks like the movie I, Robot with a helmet.
Yeah,
it's bad. It's so bad.
God, that looks horrible.
What was the name of the mannequin from I Am Legend? Was it Will or something like that?
Oh yeah, I remember the name. But I know what you're talking about.
That's what it
yeah, it was pretty horrible.
But so interesting on this one. Kind of divided on this one. Well, actually, Anthony, P-Rock, KG, and Fabio say no. But listen, I say yes. Dante, looks like you say yes.
I say yes. Yeah, I have to disagree with Fabio. You know.
Yeah, Dante doesn't really know, so it's okay.
The Hot Toys Wizard said yes. Look, and I guess the final thing. With this one here, everyone brings up some good points. It's interesting. I just personally think that I think that it's a quick cash grab, and they already have the mold and they already have Grogu's, and I just think, just like they're coming out with more Grogu's, that they're going to do this for people that want to put that in. With the people that are going to get the chrome-plated Mandalorian with the Grogu, people that are going to get Luke Skywalker, which some people were very happy it came with the Crushed Dark Trooper, and some people weren't happy that it didn't come with an R2. You got to remember, a lot of people were expecting that set to come, that Luke Skywalker to come with the R2, and maybe a Grogu or just him and the R2, and then you get the chrome-plated Mandalorian with the Grogu. So I just think, with this here. I think it could be something that they can cash in on. Now, maybe after everybody buys a Luke Skywalker and everybody buys a chrome-plated Mandalorian, maybe that's where it's a good point. They could put it out after. Well, we'll have to see. For sure.
That'd be like a $600 set too.
The
if they
R2D2 with Grogu?
Luke, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about with Luke
rather than the Dark Trooper, accessory.
All right. This is one that I think is 1,000% coming this year. And is it possible that the Hot Toys Wizard has told me that this one is going to get officially announced, and I am going to go to P-Rock with this first, because I think this might be right up his alley. I know it'll be something KG likes too. I know something Anthony would like.
Hell yes.
Ooh.
Hell yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
That's
Look, it's gonna be like 3 or 4 years, but
yes. Yeah. I mean, I would. Like Anthony says, even if it is 4 years from now, I will take that right now. I will pre-order that day one. Day one.
That's the only thing
Give
I
me
have to look
deluxe.
forward
I'll take
to.
a deluxe. I don't care what comes with it. If it's just a hologram, I'll take the deluxe too.
Yeah,
100%. I got Revan right up there.
We need this character.
He's coming.
Look, I just think, guys, that Star Wars is getting hot, and I think, Anthony, you brought up a great point before that. Yeah, I don't think it ever was not hot. It just had to go through the dark
the ebb and
times.
flow. I mean, it's just it is what it is.
Look at
We need a
everything
movie
they
based on this
released.
character too.
Yeah. But what about everything that they have from Marvel or something? Because they really are on equal footing. It seemed like with Infinity War and Endgame, because of what was going on, controversy, Last Jedi, that it wasn't. But Star Wars is humongous. It just is, and you're starting to see evidence with it, with the shows, and you're going to see more with some of the TV shows coming up in there. They have to come up with figures, and this is a figure that Black Series from Hasbro is just making buku bucks on, and variations and reissues, and the Jedi version. I just don't see any scenario, Anthony, or anybody on here, where Hot Toys doesn't start jumping on. I mean, they give us a vintage color Boba Fett. Please give us a Darth Revan.
Well, I think with the announcement of the KOTOR remake, Knights of the Old Republic remake, back in the day, on PC, Xbox, Knights of the Old Republic, the original, they're remaking it. Hopefully that's good. KOTOR is like one of my all-time favorite games, and I absolutely love Revan. The thing is, like you're saying, they are toe-to-toe. If they can put out a PS4 Spider-Man line of Hot Toys, video game line, if they can put out Arkham video game line, okay, they've done it in the past with Star Wars Battlefront. We've gotten a couple of Troopers video game line, so it's definitely in their wheelhouse. Hot Toys does do it, but I think the game's gonna have to come out, and that's gonna be at least a year or two away. You know what I mean? Then they're gonna announce it. Then we're gonna have a 1.5 year wait time. I don't see this. This is a no-brainer for one. Revan will sell nonstop. They already have everything they need to make him. That's all Mandalorian gear, lightsabers, robes. I mean, they, paint apps. It's fine. He doesn't have a face. Come on, that's a no-brainer. And then they can come out with Mission and all the other characters from the video game line, and they'll have a Knights of the Old Republic video game line. And by that time, we'll have Thrawn, so it'll be a great year. It's just gonna be probably like 4 or 5 years from now.
And by that time, we have no room either. So
well, I'll make room for those two. Yes. But you're right.
That's a good point. Let me go to Dante with this one. Just opening up a conversation as we're just getting into the last segment over here, kind of just freely talking. Dante, does Hot Toys need to wait for a show or a video game, like Anthony was saying, and like a lot of people think, for it to be relevant for them to come out with a figure, or is it possible, like certain? I feel like they came out with the Ahsoka and the Rex out of nowhere, just because people wanted it. So do they? It's a good point, because I see it 50-50 with people's opinions on it. My thing is, I've seen them come out with Rex. Rex wasn't really, I don't know. It wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't like super big, relevant at that point. Ahsoka, I don't know. I mean,
well, keep in mind it was season 7. Sorry, of Clone Wars. That came relevant. I mean, in that respect. Yeah,
I guess it was. I don't know. What do you think, though? I just feel like that they don't have to wait. They come out with a New Hope figures. That's not relevant, really. I mean, it's just they're epic. They're OG. Right. And I'll be honest with you. And just finishing here, in the Black Series, you get these Darth Revan and these clone characters, and they sell way more than the OG characters. They just do. You can't even sell a Luke or Han or Leia
in Black Series. But go ahead, go.
Yeah, well, I will say yes and no. I can actually see more Clone Wars, more original trilogy characters, being announced or released, whatever. For the video game, I don't know if please correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't played those games. I don't play video games. No, I haven't played in a while. But what I'm trying to say is that for Star Wars, I think unless it is a bit relevant, they will pull the trigger on any specific character. Relevant means something that is known, like
Well, the
Clone
game is canon.
Wars.
The game is canon, though.
No, I know the game is canon, but I don't recall seeing anything from Hot Toys in terms of a video game for Star Wars. They tend to do more on the Marvel side with video games, on DC side, but Star Wars, I don't know.
Well, they did Battlefront though.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they did
yeah.
Battlefront. That's a good point. They did Battlefront. I think because the popularity of the game at one point. I don't know how popular
the
is the Old
relevancy.
Republic. Right, the relevancy at the moment. Now, I think they're gonna reissue that game, if not mistaken, this
Yep.
year.
Yep.
So if the game does well, I probably can see that happening. Only if the game does well, the graphics are obviously going to be improved and all that. But if not, maybe not. That's just my opinion.
Interesting. And P-Rock, what do you think about? Do all the figures that they're going to come out with have to wait for relevant content? I mean, I think one of the interesting things, like you mentioned, Darth Revan is canon. And we've seen how well. Anthony has a great point about Clone Wars season 7. You're right. So that's when Rex was relevant. I think they would have sold just as well even without season 7. Even without.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it as a business standpoint for Hot Toys.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with Dante. He said like they don't do Star Wars video game, but this is the perfect opportunity for them to do it because everybody knows Darth Revan. And if you do Darth Revan, and then Aries mentioned it himself, the Black Series, they make buku money off this. Any Star Wars fan is gonna want a Hot Toys Darth Revan figure. So I don't think. I mean, he's relevant now, and every fan knows who that character is. So I would say that's like a waste of money for Hot Toys not to make this character. You see the statues. You see how the pre-orders go for the statues.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because I got some flack for this last year when I was saying for a while that the clone the Ahsoka from the Mandalorian was going to get officially announced very early, and I guess one of the notions was, well, hey, we have to wait until the series comes out because you got the Clone Wars up. It's there, and you know what? They came out with it. So in a way, but she was already in a show and she was relevant. I feel like what Hot Toys, the message that they were saying, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, is that, hey, we'll just come out with new versions. Well, like, okay, we'll come out with this version of Rosario Dawson. Do you guys really think we're not going to get in the Ahsoka series another version or two of Ahsoka Tano from that series?
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good point, PRockZilla. We'll go to KG because I don't know if you're a Knights of the Old Republic fan or any of that. Does Revan, and it's not just Revan. What about Darth Nihilus? What about some of these other characters? It doesn't just have to be Revan. It can be I don't even know. Maybe Cal Kestis is not relevant right now because the game has been out. People are looking more towards this. I mean, do they have to be up in there, or would a character like Cal Kestis or even like well, I guess even like look at a character like here's a good point. A character like Jesse or Vaughn. They're not. I mean, I don't know. What has to be relevant to come out as far as in live action at the moment?
At the moment, well, going back to the previous thing, I am a Knights of the Old Republican, but I haven't played it in years. And yeah, I just think the relevancy is an important thing because if Hot Toys, I mean, if you look at Captain Vaughn and Jesse, those are long overdue. Like they should have should have come out when Rex and Ahsoka came out. But I think the reason why is they were looking at the sales of the clones, and they're seeing that, oh, you know what? These are selling really good. Might as well put these other clones. So it really depends on how, because they're looking at the market to see if there is a relevancy towards these characters. Like, for instance, like, oh my God, I'm blanking out his name, but we were just talking about him. Revan, right? Revan. If the game is good, if the game is really, really good, like we're talking about like Spider-Man video game good, then yes, we're going to get Revan. We're going to get, Malik, or, we're going to get everything from the video game line. So it just comes down to the popularity of the video game or the movies. And if that's an excuse an excuse for Hot Toys to go, let's go announce these characters and let's see how they do. Let's just say if they announce Revan, and if Revan does really, really good, we'll get a Malik. Then we'll get other characters, right? So it all comes down to the marketing and also the relevancy towards a character right now. So
this is a real interesting conversation. I'm going to go to Fabio and then Dante. I'm going to give you the last word because you had some awesome points on this. And I think that there's so much to dissect because we're trying to figure out what Hot Toys is going to do. Because even points earlier, it's like, well, they're going to concentrate on other figures. So how many other figures? We talk about this with OT. How many OT figures are you really going to get when they have to focus on all this content? Look, you guys are right. The PS5 game is not out yet. But yet Revan, it's like how bad would a Darth Talon go? I don't know, though. Do they have time for that? It's a real interesting discussion. I'm going to let you close that up, Dante. Great points, everyone. Fabio, let's go to you first before we do that and wrap up the show.
So I'm only going to compare that figure to, I don't know if you guys remember the video game, the Old Republic video game.
Yep.
They made Darth Malgus from that video game.
Yes.
Sideshow did, actually.
Yeah.
And that figure is beautiful.
Yep.
So that is an example of Hot Toys right there. Could make a Revan, no problem.
Yeah, and that
Revan's
now
more
just
popular
goes
than
for
that
some bucks.
character.
Yeah, and we talked about that before.
Right.
What we say there, P-Rock? I'm sorry.
But I'm saying Revan's more popular than that character too. Look how that character came out.
Yeah.
And that character sells for buku bucks. I mean, some of those Sideshow figures. But these are very interesting points. But like at Dante's point, you do have to weigh in what they're going to focus on. I mean, how many figures they're going to come out with. On the other side of that, it is getting very popular like Marvel. And you saw how many figures they put out with Marvel. So how do we really guess, Dante, on what they're going to do? I think they're going to put out more, and maybe more than what we can handle, but we've been handling it with Marvel. But let me give you the final word on this.
Well, at this point, Hot Toys can do pretty much anything, right? I do think that more figures are gonna come. I do think that the best is yet to come. That's what I think. It was funny because I was thinking about when you went to get your awesome Paul Dameron figure. I was talking about when we're talking about R2D2. I don't know if you caught this, but I said that I can see Anakin and R2D2 as a 2-pack, as a kind of like type of 2.0 type of thing. Because remember, in the prequels, it was Anakin and R2D2 pretty much together every time, right? So I think that that Hot Toys is gonna reinvent themselves, and they're gonna trying to do something different to give to us, the collectors, right? We all talk about the 2.0s instead of straight reissues. That's happening. So I think at the end of the day, Hot Toys has the last word, and I do think we're gonna see more figures.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, thanks to everybody here. This has been the Market Show Live and the 1-year anniversary show for 6-Scale Cantina. We've hit 2K subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And please also go ahead and like it if you haven't liked this video yet. But really, just celebrating again. And if you go back and watch the very beginning of this, I played a little bit of clip from the very first show from 6-Scale Cantina back on January 18th of 2021. So it's very gratifying to be here. This has been awesome discussion. We could do this forever. So I'm going to give everybody in here so we can close out. I know Man of Hot Collectibles, let's go. We all have to go. I'm going to give everybody just 30 seconds. That means you have to give quick sound bites on what's going on in your channel. But listen, you've got to subscribe to 6 Scale Mafia. I've got the video link to him below. You can also go to 6scalecantina.com. If you don't have that bookmarked it. Go to the links and resources section. 6 Scale Mafia is in there. Click it. Subscribe to this man. 30 seconds. What's going on? Go, bro.
Well, thank you very much for inviting us all. It's been a pleasure. Happy anniversary for it. 2,000 subs. I'm gonna get that one out. I don't want to rush on that one, but we all appreciate it. We all love what you do to the community. I can't wait to see what 2022 offers for you and your channel. With that said, I got 1,000. I'm about to hit my 1,000th, so I got a 1,000th subscriber giveaway for IG11. Come check it out. You're rushing me now. Fabio's messing me up. Reviews, live streams on Mondays. My Boba 2-pack's on the way. We'll have a review on that. I'm gonna be over on Collecting Weekly in a couple hours for some Pose Wars. That's gonna be dope. Go check those guys out as well. And that's I'm gonna wrap it. Subscribe to everybody here. Love you guys.
Yeah, and thank you so much for coming on here, Anthony. And don't forget to subscribe to 6 Scale Mafia. And KG, what's going on with your channel? You got 30 seconds. You're gonna do anything different? You're gonna do more in 2022? Go.
Well, thank you, Aries, for inviting me as always, and congrats on the 2K. I mean, hitting it in less than a year is amazing, and I've not seen something like that. So congrats, you deserve it. Well deserved. And yes, nothing going on my channel right now. Currently, I'm just jumping into live streams here and there with Anthony's or Dante's, and also you, Aries. But yeah, just check me out on Instagram and also on YouTube, and I'll be on these fellow gentlemen's live streams as always. So thank you.
Well, and it was a real pleasure having you on over there. Don't forget, everybody, and let me pull this off so you can see the name, but just putting in some of the chats. Don't forget to subscribe to KG Collector as well. Video link at 6scalecantina.com. Video link in the video description. Fabio from FabsFigures. Awesome. Great being on a show with you yesterday. Great being on the show with you tonight. Love having you here on the 1-year anniversary show. What's going on your channel, my friend?
Yes, first of all, thank you so much for having me. Sorry for being late. I would have never missed this for the world. Congratulations. That's awesome.
He's always late.
So what I have going on my channel, my full tour, collection tour, part 3, is coming next week. My editor is actually off from work, so he's actually able to do it for me finally. So it'll be done next week. So stay tuned for that.
Well, look forward to that. And the Man of Hot Collectibles. We're just live. Boy, it's been a busy year, hasn't it? Thought that we've been live tonight. 1 year's 2K subs from your show yesterday. What's going on, baby?
It's been very busy, but man, congratulations again, Aries. I mean, you deserve it more than anyone in the world. I mean, you did a really fantastic job. Everything, all the information. I tell you from the beginning, definitely value what you add to the community. We needed someone who can give us all those numbers, all the perspectives, all the data. That's what you got. KeCO.com. Don't forget, Aries, to mention that. Your website, which is pretty good. He has pretty much everything nailed down for you guys, so don't forget to check that out. And obviously, happy to be here on your anniversary and with this awesome panel. What's going on my channel? Okay, we have a bunch of reviews coming next week. I'm gonna be on vacation, staycation more, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of things, some rearrangement, some stuff, and we have a few reviews coming next week. The one from Rogue One, which I forgot the name already. That trooper, the Chunker Trooper, whatever that name is. Then we got the Two-Face is coming too, and then the Master Trooper is coming as well. And then we're going to have 2 live streams next week on Tuesday, 8:30, and then Friday, 8:30 too. So that's all I got. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also check my Facebook group, 6 Scale Media. So thank you.
For sure.
Aries.
I'm in that Facebook group as well. Also in Anthony's as well, 6 Scale Mafia, and also in the Facebook group of Fabio's. P-Rock. Man, it was so awesome having you on over here. Can't wait to have you on again. Welcome to the first show. What's going on with you, my friend?
So I'm getting back on my feet on my channel now, so I'm gonna have more reviews coming up this week. I'm getting back into my live streaming. I'm working on some I tend to do everything on my own, so I'm working on my logo and some intros and stuff like that. So once I get that done, I'm gonna get my live streaming back on the road. More reviews coming up soon. Anthony. I'm so confused right now. Aries, thank you for having me. I appreciate everything. I've watched you from the beginning, and what I meant to say earlier was I'm surprised of how quick you reached 2,000 subscribers within that 1 year. And just like you said yourself, first of many. Hopefully, I will be on here some other times, and I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. You're a man of your word, and I appreciate that. Coming from a military person, I respect that so much. And I was so excited to be here, and it lived up to everything. I enjoyed myself, and I look forward to the next time. And
Well, and
thank you for everybody in the panel.
And thank you for your
course,
service.
brother.
Thank you.
And listen, PRockZilla, the Man of Hot Collectibles. I have the links in the video description. I have all these guys within the 6-Scale Cantina as well. Please bookmark it if you don't. So let me tell you what's going on. We're going to close the show at 6-Scale Cantina. Is it possible that I will be live and raw this coming Monday between 8 o'clock and 9:30? Yes. And is it possible that I'm going to be live with the Aries Tarrington show this coming Wednesday? Yes. And is it also possible that I will be live next Saturday, same time, same station, Market Show Live, 6 p.m.? And I say yes. But I'm also going to be a guest on Anthony's show, 6-Scale Mafia, that's coming up on Monday. So look for me on there. I believe that starts at 6 p.m., right, Anthony?
Between 6:30.
Yep. And I will also be on Lael's show, the 1/6-Scale Man, the Say What Wednesday night. I will be on Dante's show this coming Friday, 8:30, right, Dante?
Yes, sir. 8:30 p.m.
I'll be on Brother Cousins, Best of the Best, this Thursday. I think I'm on Will's next week. So anyway, I'm all over the place. But please look out for the content on here. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit that like button when you're in here. And thank you all so much for watching the Market Show Live, the 1-year anniversary show. And I will end it like this. I don't always buy coffee out, but when I do, I buy from 6-Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.
See you guys.